Justin's got an empty chair at the moment, so you might want to wait 2 minutes.
He already went live. That's fine. He'll be back. He'll be back.
All good.
We'll talk. Hey everybody, welcome. Oh, somebody have this stream on?
That was me. I got it turned off.
Welcome to our Saturday game. This is the Road to Nowhere, our D&D actual play live stream. Just some quick announcements for you. We hit 100 subscribers yesterday, which is mind-blowing. We are... I just hit 250 hours streaming yesterday as well. So in less than 2.5 months, we have hit 100 subscribers, and that is just mind-blowing. So, you guys know by now, obviously, the goal is to get to 200 subscribers by the end of the month. I didn't think it was possible, but it's starting to look more and more possible. David is in first place with 16 subs for the month of June, and Cicada and Red Ice Mage are right behind him with 10 each for second and third place. All of the top gifters, the first, second, and third place top gifters for the month, will get prizes. So, go to our Discord, take a look at that. If you look in the announcements channel on our Discord, you will see all the prizes available. I do know that first place is getting an Explorer's Guide to Wildermont, and Justin has been cool enough to throw in his own personal copy of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So, the rest are up there on the Discord channel. Go check those out. Our stream is brought to you by those of you who subscribe, those of you who gift subs, and also by our patrons. So thank you so much for doing that. We love you. We love the support, and we are so grateful for everything that you do to keep us playing D&D. Any event, let me let the players go ahead and introduce themselves and their characters, and we can get started.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, chat. Hello, people watching. Steven here, and I play our lovable and sometimes not so lovable sorcerer, Michael.
This is Brad. I play Calith, the Awathan barbarian, who is not exactly loving Michael right now.
I play Garen. I'm Grayson, and I'm the one who's wanting to get paid.
And I'm Justin. I'm playing Felix, the wizard of the group.
Unfortunately, Dustin, who plays Genevieve, can't be here tonight, off celebrating Father's Day this weekend. But Genevieve is the fearless leader of this ragtag band. And when we last left off, she had gotten into a bit of a verbal confrontation with Michael as they traveled to their next job for the Adamantine Horn. They've been hired to hijack a wagon load of adamantine ore from some dwarven caravan guards. The ore is apparently very important to the Adamantine Horn, and they would like it very much. They have hired this crew as independent contractors to do so. If you are not on our Discord, you don't know about the conversation that happened in between sessions where the party essentially was discussing whether or not it was acceptable for there to be innocent lives taken in the process of ingratiating themselves with the underworld of Twiland Hill at the behest of Genevieve's father, the captain of the watch. But here they are. Genevieve decided that she could not in good conscience go forward with this plan if lives were going to be at stake. And so she has returned to Twiland Hill to ponder her role and her moral compass when it comes to pursuing their directives. In the meantime, the rest of the party has been discussing whether or not it is possible to take this caravan without causing undue harm to the caravan guards. Some have a bit more of a pragmatic understanding of how they should proceed, and others have more of Jen's interests in mind. So we pick up shortly before the dwarven carriage filled with ore is due to arrive, as our group of anti-heroes decide what course of action they're going to take.
We have a question from the chat. Do you ask, what does the rest of the party think of Jen's decision?
Yeah, we've been doing that ourselves.
Go ahead, and what are each of you thinking? Considering all the things that have been said in downtime role-playing, what are each of you thinking before we get into the actual action? And before you guys actually start talking about what your plans, what the final plan actually is, where do each of you stand on what's happening? Kind of what's going on in your thoughts and feelings as a character?
In my computer, Garen is up top, so go ahead, mate.
Oh, my first? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Garen's feeling a bit like he wants to get up close, and he wants to learn more what the Adamantine horn knows about everything that's been going on. He wants to get the job done. No witnesses is better than someone who can recognize a giant robot. Wants to get paid as well, and efficiency is what Garen's hoping for. If we can get the job done with no witnesses and people die, then so be it. That's Garen's point of view.
It's because Garen's hardcore. He's metal.
Yes, he's metal.
But
I'm sorry.
Oy,
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It was there. I'm a father of 6. I'm allowed to tell at least 6 dad jokes a session. What about Felix? Where's Felix at?
He kind of understands where Genevieve is coming from. He's not really blaming her for having to walk off. He's actually more focused on what's about to happen and a little bit scared that he might have to actually murder someone. Because that's something he's actually never done. Killed, sure, but all those people deserved it.
I'm sure they did.
Caliph he understands where Jen was coming from. He had some similar experiences when he was in the Red Bar Army. That's why he left, because he didn't like what they were doing. He's very conflicted himself. He feels this is kind of a similar type situation. So he is arguing strenuously to try to talk their way out of this rather than just attack out of the blue.
And Michael thinks that the party's being quite naive. Michael came to the party late, and he understands they've decided to infiltrate the underworld for a good cause. But he thinks it's naive of the party to think that they can do that without getting their hands dirty and killing people. Because, like, the pragmatist Michael thinks that if you wanna get in the underworld, you gotta make your bones, right? You gotta prove it. You gotta prove to these people that you're mean killers, and it's the greater good example. And he's trying to be pragmatic. He doesn't want to necessarily kill innocent people, but if it has to happen for the greater good, he's willing to do it.
That being said, what's your plan? The cart full of ore should be here any minute now, coming down the road. Or it should be within view any minute now.
Is it coming from the top of the map to the
It-
bottom, or from the
yes,
bottom of
that
the
is
map to the
correct.
top?
Top of the map to the bottom. It is traveling from north to south.
Okay.
So what now, Felix, you had mentioned suggestion. So does that mean that we are going to do the Garen and Michael hide to the sides and you and I approach and try and convince them to give it to us? Or are we going to...
Put a couple logs across the road, maybe? And I can just hop out just by myself, and everyone else can stay hidden, see if this works or not.
Are you just going to try to magically convince them, or are we going to...
Oh my god.
My plan was too complicated, I take it, for most people. I liked my plan so much.
It was a good plan, just too many, like someone else said, too many moving parts.
I don't think there was that many moving parts.
And what signal are you going to do to know that it's going to go pear-shaped and the rest of us can do our thing?
Oh, trust me, you will know.
Okay.
There will be a very clear signal for Michael.
A very clear signal. Okay, he's just going to smile, and he's going to basically walk to the other end of the forest, and he's going to hide in this bush. He's going to peek his little eyes out, and he's going to keep an eye out and wait for a signal.
Okay.
There's 2 Kalis on the board, by the way.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't have it zoomed out far enough. I didn't see myself. How do you remove one?
Just click on it and hit delete.
Delete. Where is delete? I don't see a delete option.
No. Just click on it so that you're highlighted and hit delete on your keyboard.
Oh. Come on. Got it.
Cool. All right.
By the way, that I'm just going to mention that since I kind of already changed clothes, we had like a day to get that we traveled to get
You
here,
did.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so Cal is going to wear his hair kind of slicked back in a ponytail, and he shaved his beard so that he's going to look a little different.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Oh god. Yeah, I start getting into the clothes that I bought. Forgot about that.
So you're all disguised?
Sort of.
Sort of disguised? All right.
I'm disguised as a bush. As in, I'm in the bush.
Garen will cast Disguise Self on himself, actually. And... I guess I'll just look like a common traveler.
Okay.
I assume we see you do this, otherwise we'll think you some random.
This would have happened while we were walking up, yes.
Got it.
Okay. Put yourselves wherever it is. You're gonna have those logs in the middle of the road, right?
Be resting on a tree.
Okay. On a tree? Like,
I guess hiding behind this tree.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure I know, like, what the scene is.
Oh, are these trees or bushes?
They are trees.
Oh, I apologize. Then I'm basically hiding behind the large trunk of this tree.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
Well, it took you a day and a half to get here, so it is early afternoon. It is day, but I think you guys wanted to try and ambush them at night, right? You were going to wait for them to camp, or were you just going to stop them in the road?
Well, that was an option. I think now we're just stopping them on the road.
All right. So you're going to put these logs in the street. I'm just going to... make them full logs right there, so that I can know that that's a barrier and that's clear. Who's looking out? Who's the lookout, watching for this thing coming in? Who's got the highest perception? Passive.
I might.
Not me.
I think that'll be me.
I think it's like a 13, 14.
I have 17.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that would be you.
Yeah.
Okay. You are watching down the road when a wagon moving at a steady pace, flanked by some hardy-looking dwarven guards, comes rolling up the road. They continue moving forward cautiously as they approach these timbers that have been placed to block the path ahead. I'm going to make perception rolls for them, and I need stealth rolls from all of you if you are hiding in the brush.
Since we had time to set up, could we have advantage?
Yes, I will absolutely give you advantage for that.
Ooh, stealth.
Oh.
Advantage though. Advantage. Hold on.
I mean, Felix says, man, that's a sleight of hand roll, not a stealth roll, Michael.
Apologies. Nope.
And everything goes to hell.
I'm just gonna be, maybe I'm urinating on that tree. Maybe that's my thing. I see a tree and I need to relieve myself.
Start relieving yourself on whatever tree you find.
Yeah, exactly. Sarani, is that you?
Oh my god. Okay. You are hiding there. All of you. When this caravan comes rolling up the road. This caravan filled with ore, and this wagon comes moving up the road, surrounded by dwarven guards, and as they reach these logs, they look around, and Michael and Felix, as much as you believe that you are hiding out of sight, they immediately take up arms, pulling up heavy crossbows and
already
pointing them at you and Felix. They don't look to attack. They are pointing them and they call out. "Aye, you!" they call out to you, Felix. "What's with these logs in the road? They've been moved."
I jump out from behind the trunk of the tree, now dressed in a wide-brimmed red hat, red handkerchief, and a red cloak. Aye, and I'm going to address the guy driving the cart.
Okay.
Yep. That one, I'm guessing?
Yep. That is the experienced caravan guard that you were informed about.
I am the Bloody Bandits. And if you want to live, you will immediately hand over all of the possessions you have in your cart, or I will merely close my hand, and all of you shall be enveloped in hellfire.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going to cast Suggestion with a hint of Portent.
Ooh. What portent are you using with your suggestion?
He's going to have a natural 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. He looks to his other guards. What do you say? We should give this to him, aye? Not, trip his hand. He could probably blow this whole place to Kingdom Come. The others kind of look at this guy with a confused expression. He's just a gnome.
I am more than just a gnome. I am the Bloody Bandit.
I want you to also make a deception check on the other dwarves. The
Oh,
caravan
Jesus.
guard buys into your suggestion, but the other dwarves, you have to make yourself believable to them. Holy cow!
I would like to use my inspiration for that 21.
Sure, absolutely. They start like whispering to each other. Have you heard of this guy before? They point. The ones pointing their crossbows at you are kind of like lowering them slightly, and the ones in the back pointing at Michael, say, "You, what are you doing back there?"
I'm just taking a piss against this tree. Please carry on. Yeah.
The caravan guards look to their leader, this veteran, and the veteran's like, "We should. It's not worth our lives to protect this caravan. If he is who he says he is, he could probably rain fire upon this carriage. We should go. Leave it with him." And the others kind of follow his lead and start getting off the carriage and backing up away from it slowly, looking at you with trepidation, Felix. You've never experienced this much power over other living creatures in your life before.
Oh, it feels good.
They start to back up, and then the unexpected happens.
It wasn't me.
A dimension door opens about 20 feet in the air above this wagon, and several figures jump out of it and feather fall to the ground around these caravan guards.
Oh, shit.
One of them falls right behind the rearmost guard, slits the guard's throat, dropping it to the ground, blood pooling in the dirt, and then slips into the back of the wagon and disappears into the shadows of the wagon. The next one casts magic missile, hitting one of the guards 3 times, and the guard falls dead to the ground. Actually, it hits the guard like 5 times, and then they fall dead to the ground. A plate mail wearing warrior lands on the top of the cart, points his sword at you, Felix, and says, "Put your hand down before I cut it off."
I raise a one eyebrow at Michael.
Okay. Mr. DM, I would like to cast Fireball, please.
Okay, let's get some initiative rolls real quick.
Yeah, sure.
You guys didn't think this was like gonna be straightforward, did you?
For a moment, yeah.
For a moment, yeah.
I would say that, well, let's see. I don't know how you want to play it, but Cal would be keeping his head down until he's not watching. So until he hears something happen, he's going to be, so maybe he should be automatically last. I don't know.
No, just roll initiative, and I'll let you know what happens. Okay, we can go with the flow. If you want to hold your action on your initiative, that is completely fine, right? And you rolled a 4 anyway, so that's not going to make a difference whatsoever.
14.
Oh,
14.
did you? Why does it say 4?
I
It's just
don't see
14 for me.
It says 14 for me.
I forgot to click
Are
on
you?
my...
Oh, okay. This is an old. That was in an old initiative spot. Go ahead and let me throw you in there. There we go. All right. Those 2 caravan guards are dead. These were backing up away from the caravan. Felix, you're out in the middle of the road right now, somewhere, or did you just step out from behind the tree?
Just stepped out.
Okay. All right. So there's the veteran on top of the cart there. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So let me roll initiative for these guys who just showed up, and for the dwarves themselves.
Da, da, da. Oh. So we got one guy in plate mail. We got some sort of caster. 2 maybe casters.
Just one more inside it as well.
Yeah.
What was the one inside? Was he a caster or a fighter, dude?
He came down, slit a dude's throat, and jumped in the tent. Jumped in.
A rogue. Okay. So we got a rogue. We got a paladin.
Did what
Maybe
I
a
was gonna do.
maybe a cleric, and a damage dealer. Got it.
All right.
I love the way that like Felix's symbol of like you know what to do was the raised eyebrow.
Yeah, you'll know what to do when you see it. I raise an eyebrow.
Actually, that was more of a should we do this now?
No, like from now on, that is the de facto state for fireball something is the Felix raised eyebrow.
I'm pretty sure Felix's signal was Michael.
Question mark?
Yeah. All right. So we are on Michael. Where oh, hold on. Okay. All right. The dwarves get the opportunity to react immediately, so they are going to do so. This dwarf is going to jump up on the cart and begin attacking this person in front of them, the person in plate mail. And let's see, Warhammer attack completely misses this person with their strike. The dwarf here is going to attack the person behind her, is going to hit them for a little bit of damage, not a lot. Let me throw that one up here. That's still going to be a miss either way. That's going to be a miss as well. This one's going to come up and confront the mage, who just magic missiled that dude. and is going to hit the mage once for 10 damage. Oh, what did I do? Okay. All right. Hey, Dread. Thanks for joining us and watching. All right, Michael. The dwarves have begun moving and fighting off the sudden attackers. Not really worried about Felix, who is being threatened by the man in plate mail. There is all hell breaking loose around them, but two of their companions have been murdered, and they are 2 arms.
Okay.
What do you do?
Bonus action, he is well, he doesn't control it effectively, but I do control it as a player. But bonus action, I'm going to use 3 sorcery points and call forth Shadow, my Hound of Omen.
Okay.
As my bonus action. So I need to, if you can put in a dire wolf.
Yes.
And roll on. I don't know if you want to just have it on my initiative. The dire wolf goes to make it easier, or roll its own initiative. It says it's yeah.
I know. Let's just have it go on your initiative. Do I not have the dire? Oh, you know what? The last time you used the dire wolf, we were under the other. We were under the other one. So let me import a dire wolf for you here. How many hit points should it have?
Same stats as a normal dire wolf.
I thought it gets 10 hit points.
So it gets. Oh yeah, you're right. Hold on. Let me read. So it gets blah 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 blah. Reading. I hate reading.
Just read it out loud.
Yeah, the Hound uses the direwolf statistics with the following changes. It's medium, not large. It has a number of temporary hit points equal to half your sorcerer level. So it's normal direwolf stats plus 3 temporary hit points.
Okay.
I'll just post the whole thing in the chat.
Yeah,
so
just do
see.
that. All right.
40 hit points.
So it can move. So it starts within 30 feet of a target that I choose.
Okay.
So and it goes straightly there. So if he's going on my turn, he will basically go directly for the giant fighter up top.
Okay. Do me a favor. Can you move him?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. His character sheet should be under your journal now. So
okay, cool.
There you go.
Yes, he is. And then my actual main action is I'm going to fireball everybody within that cart. I should be able to get everybody.
Okay, so the ones inside the cart have full cover against your fireball.
Okay. I will say the guy in the plate armor, because my direwolf is within 5 feet of him, he has disadvantage against any spell that I cast.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the shadow magic, Hound of Omen stuff.
Okay, so they have total cover, so ones inside the car are not affected. The one inside the car is not affected by your spell. They are not going to take damage from it.
Okay.
So, I guess why don't you roll the damage, and we'll see what your total damage is, and then I can start rolling for these hit points.
Got it. Uh, 150 feet, so it's normal. It's fine.
32
Boom.
fire damage, so half is going to be 16. All right, that's a dead dwarf. That's a dead dwarf. Not even gonna have to roll. Who left the chat?
Wrong button.
All right, so all of the non-essential personnel are dead. Let's make some dex saves. The veteran dwarf makes his save, and he's gonna take 16.
But a disadvantage, though, right?
No. The veteran dwarf is over here, not
Oh, okay.
not the
sorry.
not the plate
Oh,
mail
okay.
wearing
Got
guy.
it,
He
got it.
has disadvantage
Apologies.
on his roll. Yep, no problem. All right, so save. He's gonna make a dex save. He has disadvantage. He's going to fail and take the full 32 damage. Alright, there's an explosion of fire. Let me get all the math done and then I'll make the descriptions. Alright, wow.
Also, thematically, I'm raising my eyebrow back to Felix, and the raised eyebrow signifies this is what you wanted to do, right?
Okay. So you call forth your shadowy wolf jumps forth from your form and appears, just kind of bounds next to this plate mail wearing fighter who is defending against these two dwarves that have jumped up on top of the cart to attack him. Your shadow wolf lands on the back of the cart, shaking the entire thing, and all three of them steady themselves, and just as they do, your explosion of fire lands upon the top of this carriage. The carriage is now burning, the horses are barbecued, and the veteran's plate mail, as he stands up, is smoldering and just like piping red, as kind of smoky wisps come off of the metal, and the two dwarves on either side of him have fallen down in a pile dead. There is just chaos all around. I guess your wolf would have to make the saves as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. And after he makes a save, he will do an attack on the plate wearing guy.
Okay.
So
he fails his save, by the way, so he is at he was at 40, so he is at 8 hit points.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I don't know why it rolled with advantage, but it would have been 16.
Your direwolf, it always rolls. Monsters will always roll with advantage. Okay.
Okay.
Just take the first number. If you have advantage,
16.
take the higher number. If it has disadvantage, take the lower number. Okay.
It passes its save, so it would take half damage, and the wolf would take its 16 points of damage.
Oh, we both rolled its dex save. I got it. Okay. All right.
Oh, I apologize. No, I apologize.
That's okay. That's okay. You have control of it, so I'll let you roll the save. That's fine. So it has 40, and then subtract 16 from it. So it's at 24, and I thought that was the attack roll against the fighter for some reason. Go ahead and make an attack roll with it.
Good luck, Wolfie.
It is going to miss.
Yeah, sure. It's singed to a crisp. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Garen, you are next to act.
Did I note the dude that jumped in the back? Can I see into the back of the cart?
No, it's like a covered wagon, and there's a curtain closed, so he jumped into the curtain and kind of found a place to keep himself hidden.
Okay. Garen's a little shocked at what just happened, because that was not at all what he was expecting. So Garen's gonna look over to this magic caster and cast Chromatic Orb as acid.
Okay. All right. You cast Chromatic Orb, and it misses the caster.
Damn. Okay. And then going to sneak over here and actually hide next to the cart if he can, as a bonus action hide.
Okay, hiding next to the cart. Go ahead. Roll your stealth roll. You kind of stealth up and slide up against the burning cart. It's kind of smoldering and on fire. Felix, you get to act next.
This song seems to be a little bit fast. Let's slow it down. And I'm going to cast slow on all 4 of the guys still standing, including the veteran dwarf.
Okay, so the veteran dwarf, you can't see the guy inside the cart. So there's 1, 2,
Does not
3.
matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have line of sight.
Nope.
Wow. Wisdom saving throw. Nice. All right.
Wisdom save is DC 16, by the way.
Okay. All right. The veteran is slowed, so it gets a -2 penalty to armor class and dex saves, and it also has to roll on a roll of an 11 or higher. The spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next round, right? If it casts a spell. It can't use reactions, and on its turn, it can use either an action or a bonus action, not both. Got it.
That's an awesome spell.
It is. The mage saves. The dwarf saves. And the character inside the cart also saves. So you did slow down the veteran. You cast this spell with your very excellent monologue. You can have inspiration for that. And you see the veteran who is turning towards this shadowy hound before him, slowly kind of go from moving at full speed to moving like suddenly his sword starts to slow down and his whole body moves at a slower pace in slow motion before you. They are dead. He then, not considering what else to do, on its turn it can either use an action or bonus action, not both. Okay. It is going to make 2 attacks against Michael's creature.
Who did you skip? The guy that was 17 initiative? Why did he disappear? Who was that?
They are dead.
They're dead.
They were killed.
I was messing around with my token. I'm a 14. Sorry about that.
You are a 14. I don't see you on here at all. You're right.
Yeah,
it's your action.
I deleted myself when I was messing around.
Okay, so then it's your action next.
Okay.
Let's put you back in there. There you go. All right. So it should be you. Go ahead.
I will enter into a rage now that everything has went to crap. Not exactly what it's supposed to be. As always, things result to smash, smash. So,
to be fair, because of Fireball, this is not nearly the hardest combat you guys have ever gotten into.
I will move to there and attack the plate mail guy.
Does your hound grant advantage? Is it sentient?
It does.
Okay.
It absolutely does. It also has pack tactics, so it grants
okay,
advantage that way too.
Nice. All right.
It took me. How much do I need extra movement to climb up onto the cart or not?
Where were you?
I have 40 movement. It took me 35 to get here. Assuming just straight movement.
Yeah, getting up on the cart is. I don't know that you could. Well, fuck it. It's got a step. You can climb up onto the cart. Absolutely. You're on the driver's seat anyway. It's got a step. You're not climbing up. You're just stepping.
Okay.
So you're like attacking up at him, right? He's up higher than you. You guys are like fighting on top of this burning carriage.
And also to more disguise myself, I was using my battle axe and shield is what I had equipped rather than my great axe.
Okay. You do have advantage on the strike because that'll hit, and it'll do the. You're using it one-handed, right? So it'll do the 10 points of damage to him.
Correct. 9 plus the 2 rage damage.
Okay, so 11.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you run up. You shed whatever clothing is getting into your way. If you're wearing a cloak or whatever, and your shield, pull out your shield and battle axe. You run up and just kind of slam your front foot down on the first step onto the driver's seat of this carriage, and then jump up onto the driver's seat itself and hack up at this veteran fighter. He's trying to get his longsword in the way of your blows. There are cinders and flames kind of falling off of this carriage, this wagon, as it's burning in front of you and all around you. Chaos. Just the chaos of battle.
I get 2 attacks.
Yes, you do. Go ahead, make your second strike. But yeah, he's able to. That first blow catches him off guard, but the second one he is able to defend. Okay, well then, considering between you and the animal on the other side of him, he is going to make 2 attacks against you with his longsword, Caliph. 14 to hit is
that miss.
Okay, and another 14. And he is going to provoke the attack of opportunity and jump down off the cart. So go ahead, you each make an attack of opportunity against him.
With advantage again? Or not?
Yes, you will both have advantage. Actually, you won't, because he'll move out of your threat. You won't be able to attack him until he moves out of your threatened square, which is here.
Okay.
So you guys will not be flanking him anymore. Go ahead and make the attack with your direwolf as well.
Yep.
Both miss as he jumps and leaps to the ground from the cart, and he's going to move here to give his his caster support. The caster is going to let's see, what's he gonna do? He's got this guy up in his face. That's a good question. All right, he is going to turn, see this gentleman in his face, see what Michael did, and he is going to himself cast Fireball right here.
Counterspell.
Love it! Love it!
He counterspells against your counterspell.
Fuck.
Oh.
The fireball goes off. Go ahead, Garen, Felix, and Calith, and the wolf make dexterity saves again.
Does a fireball provoke danger sense advantage or not?
I believe Danger Sense says as long as you can see it, correct?
I would assume so. Yeah, Dex saves that I can see.
Yep, go ahead, and that applies to your advantage. Yep.
No. Woohoo.
Ooh. All right, so he is... DC 14, so Michael, Michael, your wolf succeeds.
It does.
What's that? It does. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm gonna actually roll the
Oh
damage.
no,
for
sorry.
Fireball.
It's Dex was yeah. The Wolf's DC is 16. I don't know what the Dex.
Yes, I'm saying the DC was 14. So as long as you
Okay,
rolled over
got
it, then fine.
Yeah.
God. All right, you guys will see it, or part of it. There's the first 4. There's the second 4. So 21 damage. Look at all those ones. Oh, that's gross. So 24 damage to Felix and Caliph and Garen. Half that to the Direwolf as he casts Fireball down upon there.
What did you need to? What is it for the direwolf? I have to subtract.
For the Direwolf, it's going to be 11.
Okay.
As he rains down another Fireball right on top of this cart in the same spot. Or, well, not in the same spot, but right off to the side. The cart is now legitimately on fire, and Caliph is standing amidst the flames.
I'm going to use my reaction, and some spirits that are swirling around me dart over to Felix and deflect one of the damage.
7 points of damage are protected from Felix.
Correct.
Okay, so
Nice.
you
Nice.
only take 14. Alright, and then the mage is going to just move here and end its turn.
My turn, or
No, it is the one who is in the cart. Sorry,
Got it.
I need to move him to the token lair from hiding. He slips out. I need to make a stealth roll for him. Alright, so he slips out of the back of the cart in the chaos of the fireball and slides behind this tree, pretty much hidden from sight as he does so, in the glare, using the glare of the fireball to kind of hide his movements. And then he is going to take a light, he's going to aim his crossbow at Felix and fire from hiding. 14 hit you, Felix?
Not with mage armor on.
Okay, then you hear a buzz past your ear, and it pierces the brim of your nice new wide brim hat as a bolt goes flying by this edge of your head. And there's one more turn before yours.
Could I roll perception to see if I notice the crossbow bolt?
You notice it.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yes, you know where he is now. You see the trajectory that it's coming from, and you're able to pinpoint the other rogue moving around. This person is not actually right there. Stepping out from behind the veteran dwarf, the invisibility spell melting off of it as it materializes. This creature steps forward, and with a short sword coated in some kind of green phosphorescence, it plunges the sword into the neck of the veteran dwarf, killing him instantly. The female figure is cloaked and masked and hooded in all black. Michael?
Okay. Could I use a bonus action to pull a doll out?
Yes. Actually, you get one free interaction with an object, so it wouldn't even be
Perfect.
a bonus action.
Okay. So, while literally, because all this has went to shit, and we had these conversations before about, hopefully we don't want to cause that much damage and kill anyone. And
Too late.
Michael... Go ahead.
Too late.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, Michael's just kind of, he just half expected it, and he knew it, so he's going to pull this doll out, and he's going to, just squeeze it, like one of those old baby dolls when you, squeeze it and, music comes out. And the doll basically starts singing Non je ne raterai rien, out in full blast. And so Edith Piaf style, it's going to start singing No Regrets. And then for his main action, he is going to park another fireball right here. So he'll get all three of these people.
Okay. So many fireballs. The mage counterspells. Actually can't use counterspell on its own turn. So it won't get counterspell again until its next turn. So cannot counterspell your fireball.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Roll the damage.
Nice.
All right. Mage is going to save and take half. The
wolf would have gone. The wolf would have gone beside the paladin again, just to do the disadvantage thing.
Okay. Let's see. Oh wait.
Although he might not survive the fireball. So.
Yeah, true. The this newcomer that appeared from invisibility saves and is also going to use evasion to take another half damage. So it's going to take it down from 27 to, let's see, 13, and then from 13 to 7. And then this guy's going to roll with disadvantage. He's also slowed, so he also has a -2. So he rolls an 8 and burns in the fire. Also, I need you to make a dex save for your...
Shiny wolf?
For your wolf, yes.
Yep.
For your hound.
He fails.
He does, and your hound dissipates into nothingness in the blast.
Absolutely.
The mage looks terrible. Its hair, his hair and his clothes are burned embers upon him, and you see that he is covered in just red and black flaking skin, where the fireball has burned away parts of his skin, and he is just kind of gets up in this smoldering patch of grass and wood as the fireball explodes, splintering and burning the trees around him. He didn't think you had another one in you. Garen?
Garen's gonna come over here, peek his head out a little bit. As he does that, he's gonna, I'm assuming, see the fireball blow those guys up.
Absolutely. Yep.
And then he's going to look over towards this rogue, cast True Strike on him,
Okay.
and then dart behind this tree and hide behind this tree.
Okay. Roll hide. Roll your stealth. Nice.
Hey, only thing I'm good at.
Hey, that's what you're meant to be good at. Felix.
I'm not even hitting anything.
Oh, wait, he used counter... Oh, no, he counterspelled your counterspell, right, Felix? So, yeah, he used
Yeah.
counterspell on his own turn. Okay.
Move up there, weirdly enough. Can I see any of the adamantine bars? inside?
Yeah, so the flaps in the back of the wagon are starting to burn away, and you can easily see inside to the adamantine bars within. Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
I just realized what you're about to do.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna choose just the right moment to port into his dodge, and I'm gonna catapult a bar right into the mage's forehead
Nice.
Nice. Let me see your...
at level 2, just to make sure.
Ugh.
All right. So 11 bludgeoning damage,
12.
12 bludgeoning damage. Okay, as it slams into the mage, knocking him unconscious. All right.
And that's all I can do.
Caliph?
Alright. I will run out of the fire, out of the burning cart, over to here, and take a couple attacks at that guy.
Okay. Make your attacks.
Oof, Caliph.
Caliph, you make one attack with your axe, and the just kind of this sweeping attack, and she does like that matrix bend backwards, and your blade goes directly over her, and then you bring it back in a backhand, and she rolls forward and pops up to her feet, placing her short sword and her hand crossbow together, blocking the strike.
And that is it for me.
All right. The veteran is dead. The mage is dead. Garen, you watch as this person attempts to melt into the shadows of the tree before you.
The same tree I'm in?
No. The tree in front of
okay.
it.
I can still see him, though?
You can see him right now, but no. You see him, and he kind of moves around the other side of the tree, moving into the shadow of the tree behind you. Behind there, I'm going to say that you actually can see him, but Felix has no idea that he has kind of changed positions and hidden in the shadows. You have an idea, Felix, that he is behind you, but you don't know exactly where. And he is going to level another... Actually, what's his movement? He was here, right? So he's going to move back this way, around here. He already used his bonus action to hide. So yeah, he'll move there, and he'll fire his crossbow at you. That is going to be a 25 to hit you, Felix.
Yeah, I think that'll hit.
Yeah. Alright. It's going to do that, plus... you are going to take 22 piercing damage as he sneak attacks you in the back.
Gnome down.
Oh, jeez.
Caliph will use his reaction to reduce that by 5 again, if that makes a difference.
No, it won't.
Okay. You don't have to use your reaction if that's gonna not help him. I will allow you
Okay.
to. Yeah.
Wait, it might. How much
5?
total?
5 less. So it was 22, so it'll be 17 instead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes
That puts you at what?
1.
We are the death saves.
And the spirits being true bros.
Caliph, the assassin before you is not even going to mess around. It's going to make 2 strikes with its short sword at you. 1, 2. That's a 20 and a 24 to hit.
They both hit.
All right, you're going to take 6 piercing damage from the first strike, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Jesus.
You're going to take 22 poison damage in addition to the 6 from the first strike. The second strike is going to do 9, which again reduced by half, and then I'm going to need you to make another Constitution save. That one succeeds. You're going to take 10 more poison damage from the second strike, though, which is halved, which is what it is with the successful save. It's going to use its bonus action to disengage and back the hell up. Michael?
Stand by.
Well, while you're figuring that out, Calith, she takes her short sword, and as I said, doesn't mess around. After blocking your strike, she keeps your axe up with her hand crossbow and stabs twice into your stomach with her short sword, and then rolls out of your way and pops up and runs past you, kind of dipping behind you.
Okay. The second attack was a 24, you said, right?
Yeah, it was a 20 to hit with the first one and a 24 with the second one. She did 6 piercing and 9 piercing, which...
No, I got all that.
Okay, you got all that? Yeah, 20 and a 24 to hit. So,
okay.
Michael, what are you doing?
Can you give me 2 seconds? I just need to check something.
Sure.
I'm so. Okay, I am going to cast. So I can see this dude running away from Caliph. Is that right?
You can. Yes, you can see her.
Okay. Okay. Then I am going to cast my last 3rd level slot.
Okay. Erupting Earth.
Yeah. So it's like a 20-foot square basically around him. And that all becomes difficult terrain. And he needs to make a dex saving throw or take the 19. So basically large piles of earth like erupt around him.
Sure. So save. Dex save. 18 dex save, so jumps out of the way. So is that half the damage?
It's half.
Okay,
Yeah.
Half the damage. She's gonna use her
You like 19 for 20 on saves now tonight, Mark?
I know. You guys can look in the Discord or the Twitch chat, and you'll see all of my rolls. I roll them live, so everybody can see that. Let me see something on this. Okay, it succeeds, so she takes no damage. She jumps
No
off.
damage at all? Okay.
Nope. No, she jumps up and just kind of like dances around the erupting earth, like acrobatically flipping and landing, and kind of lands in a superhero pose as the earth finally stops shifting and stands up and just dusts herself off.
Could you draw the box though around her?
I
the
can.
20 feet.
20 feet
So that-
of...
Yeah. Yeah. That's all difficult terrain.
Okay. I think that's 20 feet right there. Yeah. That's about 20 feet. Is that about where you want it? Like right with her in the center?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
The
And
earth
I'll use
erupts, and she, and as I said, she dodges around it. You're using what?
my bonus action to get a spell slot back for another third level spell. Third level slot. So
okay.
I use my bonus action
Right.
to get a third level slot back. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely. That makes sense. Garen?
Garen's going to kind of slink along over here behind this dude
Yep.
after he just crossbow bolt.
Are you...
And Garen...
Oh, you're already hidden. You're still hidden.
Yeah, I'm still hidden.
Okay.
Garen's now going to walk up behind him, put his left hand up to the back of this dude's neck, and whisper, "That was my friend," and activate his hidden dagger.
Nice.
True strike into the back of this dude's neck.
Nice. Go ahead, make your attack. That's a 26 to hit. Go ahead and roll your attack, your damage, sneak attack, and all. Okay. All right, so you do 15 damage to this dude, right in the back of his neck.
And as that happens, I will then take my dagger and then put it into my left hand.
You're okay. So you pop it out the rest of the way so that you can use it as a regular dagger.
After I stab him, I pop him out. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One
Sounds
off.
good.
That crit for an extra 2d6. Damn.
I know. It was close, man. Felix, you have 1 hit point.
That's okay.
This always happens to you.
Yep. They are just barely within range of each other, so I'm going to drop another slow on them.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And that's a wisdom save, correct?
Yes,
All right.
DC 16. And then I'm going to...
The assassin makes it. The rogue... I got a 16 and a 17 on my rolls. I know. Look, I don't control the RNG, man. I don't.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get behind the cart here to put something between me and that damn rogue.
Okay. Garen, by the way, if you did not use your... if you did not have inspiration, you have it now for that awesome moment.
Alright.
Caliph.
Yeah, I'm gonna go right here. And then I am going to throw a couple javelins at this gal. Or
Okay.
person.
Are you just like dropping your axe to throw the javelins?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. That's going to hit. The second one, I believe, will be a miss. It will. So you step up and you throw your hand axe into the ground so that the blade lands into the ground with the handle sticking up. You pull out your javelins and you launch them 1, 2 into the air. She gets hit in the shoulder with the second one, but manages to dodge out of the way of the... or she gets hit with the first one, dodges out of the way of the second one, and she takes the 6 points of piercing damage from it as it grazes her along the side of her shoulder. Any bonus actions, Caliph?
No.
Okay. Garen, the thief before you swings around towards you, drawing its short sword and dropping its crossbow to the ground, and makes 2 quick strikes with its short sword. 19 to hit with the first one for 10 damage, and 15 to hit with the second one for 8.
Oh, damn. Okay, those both hit.
Okay. So he swings around.
Gonna hurt.
He swings around. He knocks your dagger hand out of the way and just starts thrusting his short sword at you, and you can't manage to get out of the way of his strikes. The assassin The assassin drops her hand crossbow, pulls out a wand, and casts Dimension Door and steps through it. Before she does, she turns in the direction of the fight between Garen and the rogue and says, "Things got too hairy. I'm sorry you'll have to stay here," and steps through the door and closes it behind her.
Ooh, cold.
Very cold.
Michael's new boyfriend.
Hey!
I think Michael just found his actual girlfriend.
Michael, it's your action.
Yeah. I'm deciding what to do. Ba, 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 ba.
I can't survive Fireball, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. I don't have Fireball left. I just need to check range. Okay, I'm going to use some sorcery stuff. I'm going to use Distance Spell.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 1 sorcery point to double the range of a spell.
Okay.
And let me take that off my points. And then I'm going to use Shatter. Which is a 2nd level spell. Just so the one Gareth is facing is in the range, if that makes sense.
Sure. And so it's going to probably hit the cart as well?
No,
Or
I can do it without
You're
the
going to angle
cart.
it? You're going to angle it away from the cart? Okay, got it. All right, so Dex Constitution save.
So I'm going to do the spell.
And it fails. And does... you're doing 17 thunder damage total, is that, or is it just the first one?
Sorry, it was just the first one.
Okay, so 8 thunder damage as it fails to take the spell. Garen, you watch as like this ball of sound explodes, tearing apart the trees around you and ringing in the ears of this assassin, and he brings both of his, or of this thief, and he brings both of his hands with his short sword in it, kind of to his ears, and you see like blood start to drip out of his ears as he tries to fight off the sound of the shatter.
Are his short swords magical?
They are not.
They also take the damage.
They do. So 8 damage to his short swords.
Yeah.
All right, it shatters his short swords. I'll say they are going to be very less effective. They are incredibly damaged. They start to crack and break.
Nice.
Garen?
Garen's gonna look at him. Looks like your friend's left you, and draw his rapier. As he's drawing his rapier, he's gonna swipe up with his right hand to the dude, to the guy.
Okay.
So get him as he's drawing, if he can.
Yep.
And then, he's gonna miss. And bonus action, stab the dude with a dagger.
You have inspiration.
Yeah, might as well use inspiration on that then.
Okay. Make your second attack with your...
Here, let me roll damage.
Okay. And make your second attack as well with your dagger. That's going to hit too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a solid...
You say that, drawing forth your rapier and thrusting up into him as you do, and then bringing your dagger in as well. And as both blades impact him, his defenses down from grabbing his ears as the blood trickles from them. He looks down at the 2 blades with wide eyes, takes a step back, and falls to his knees. And as his eyes darken, you watch as the life leaves him, and he falls forward onto the ground, not moving before you.
I think he got the point.
Oh,
Oh God.
And Garen's gonna look down at him.
That's all right. Everybody
That's
gets
what you
one,
get.
right? Everybody gets one.
Yeah,
Nicely done, Garen.
that'll be my turn.
Okay. With the dwarves and the unexpected enemies expired, the group of you is left alone with the corpses of several dwarf guards.
Sorry to interrupt. I thought when this mage went down, you originally said he was just unconscious.
Oh, he is
dead?
he is unconscious. Yes, he is unconscious. You have the corpses of the dwarves, the unconscious body of the mage, and the burning cart and this burning wagon and its horses barbecued on the ground behind your barrier of logs. There are craters from the shatters, the erupted earth, and the fireball spells that have been going off on this stretch of road. And as you stand there, kind of staring at the mess of mayhem around you, you hear the clip-clop of horse hooves coming down the road from behind you, as this is a well-used trade route. And we will stop there and take a quick break. We will be right back.
I'm gonna do the same. I'll be right back.
Hey everybody, we're just taking a quick water break, but while we do, I just wanted to come on and just say thank you to the other stream DMs, Twitch DMs out there who are hosting us right now. Playforth is hosting us, Lord Nicto is hosting us, and the Dread GM is hosting us. We are just getting the love from all corners of Twitch tonight, and I just want to say thank you. If you have not followed any of these guys, you need to do it. We also, I believe, Izzy is hanging out with us tonight as well from the Nat 30s. Izzy and the Nat 30s are kind of newer streamers. Their games are fantastic. If you don't watch them, you should definitely jump on there before they get crazy rolling. Support them. Start following them. They are super huge with support for us and hanging out in our community. Dread, the Dreaded GM, I got to watch his stream the other morning. He's based in Australia, and I have to tell you that last time I watched them, they had the death of a character on screen, and I will tell you, it is the second most moving death I've experienced in an online role-playing game. The first, of course, being Nobody, but, nobody beats that.
Hey!
We also have Lord Nicto hosting us tonight, and his streams are fantastic. He recently did a 24-hour D&D stream with a bunch of people, and some crazy fun stories came out of that. The next time you have a chance to head over to his channel, go over there and ask him about the halfling that stole all the weapons in the middle of combat, and he will tell you a fantastic tale. And then Playforth is also hosting us tonight. They do not play D&D, but they do play Savage Worlds, and they have an upcoming Conan game coming up. That's like a 2D20 system Conan the Barbarian game. So go ahead and check them out as well. They're really awesome. If you don't know, the Nat 30s and the Loophole King are two of our kind of two streaming channels that we are partnering with. They have promised that if you help them get to affiliate, they will gift us subs to reach our goal of 200 subs by the end of the month. The goal for 200 subs, of course, is to get me to dab on screen, which I talked about earlier. Steven will do it anytime you ask him to, but I refuse. So go out there and give them some follows, show them some love. In any event, I want to get back to the game as soon as everybody's back from getting water. Brad, you with us?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's get back to playing D&D. You hear the clip-clap of... 8 followers away from gifting 10 subs? Wow, that's awesome. I'm sure there are 8 people in this chat that do not follow the Nat 30s who can go over there right now and show them some love. I guarantee that you can help them get to affiliate. I guarantee we have the 8 followers right here in this room. Go over
guys,
there.
it only takes a moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost you anything.
Oh, I'm not following them. Yep, there we go.
All right, Dread. Listen, Dread. You can't do that while we're playing, okay? While we're... Anyway. You hear the clip-clap of hooves coming up from behind you on the road. And there is all this chaos in the midst of this path. What do you all do?
Is behind us top or
up
bottom?
north. They're coming from the north to south.
Okay. I know Felix was heading that way, but I'll also run towards it because I'm one of the closest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Garen's going to sheath his weapons and start looting this rogue.
All right, go ahead and
battle axe back up and head up there too.
okay.
Actually, what I can decisions. Shit. Sorry, go ahead without me. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Quick, everyone hide.
You guys run up the road to see what's coming, and there is a coach headed up the road, flanked by horses. The coach is one of those kind of blue and white gilded numbers. The horses are clearly purebreds. The driver in finery, and the 4 horses flanking the carriage are in barding, and the riders in finery of mail, plate mail, and wearing Genevan tabards.
Michael, you've got this, right?
Okay, in my kind of best frightened kind of human thing, I'm going to scream as loud as I can and say, "Run for your lives! He killed them all! They killed us all! Run! Run! Run!"
Make a performance roll. That's not even deception. That's straight up performance.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you... Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
The,
What is me and my rolls?
I don't know, man. One of the coach stops, and the 4 riders on horseback ride up, and kind of the lead one pulls up to you and says, "Calm down, man. What's happening here?"
A demon. He came and he scorched the earth. Behind us, there are lots of dead bodies. We were transporting some goods, some ore, and they took us over. We just want to do our job. We don't want to. We don't want to get killed.
All right. Calm down. Make a deception roll. Like your kind of melodramatic screaming, they didn't really take as for truth. But let's see if your discussion of what you're doing here is convincing. All right. Let me give this guy an insight roll. Why not? Okay. All right. You said you were transporting ore and a demon arose? He looks up ahead.
He burned the earth. Everybody's dead. We just need to transport our goods. I want to go home. I want
my mommy.
Words to that effect, yeah.
Oh no, that's Felix saying that.
Okay.
Calf will kind of walk up to him at this point and say, "Well, these guys aren't telling the truth. We were to meet these dwarves to transfer some ore to take back to Twiland Hill, and a demon attacked. We barely survived with our lives. As you can see, these guys are pretty damaged, but we managed to survive."
They nod. How was it that you survived and the others died?
We barely survived. If you can look, I'm at like 1/3 hit points.
So you're covered in... You guys are all covered in, like... Michael's the only one who's not hurt.
I'm pristine. Like, I'm looking gorgeous right now.
That's probably why your performance didn't pay off, because you just look too good.
Yeah.
We were
It's a cross.
Go ahead.
It's a cross I have to bear, Mark. It's a cross I have to bear.
It's true.
Yeah.
We had just met up and we were outside the initial blast, but and the initial blast is what took down our dwarven people that we were here to meet. But after the initial blast, the demon ported in some friends, and in the battle with them, we managed to drive off the demon. We didn't kill her. She left by some kind of magical means. Was it a he or a she? I don't remember. The assassin that got away.
She.
Okay. She got away by some kind of magical means, but we managed to barely survive.
Stay here. He looks to the other 3 riders. Watch them. He rides up to the carriage and knocks on the door, and a window pops open on the carriage. Your Majesty, it seems there is trouble upon the road. Do you want us to get involved, or should we return? I do not think we should move forward. Those of you who are standing with these other guards hear this. And there is a response from within the carriage. And he nods and rides forward.
Could we have a glimpse? Like, will we be able to see like who this is in the carriage?
No, she doesn't pop her head out or anything like that. There's just a window that pops open from inside, like pops outward from in the door of the carriage, and you don't hear what she says. You simply hear the guard interacting. He does say,
"But I know, Your Majesty."
Yes, he does say, "Your Majesty."
So do I know like how many? So yeah, would I know if there are that many queens in the world?
No, this is wearing this carriage, and all of the escorts are wearing Genevan tabards.
Okay.
This carriage is clearly fine, and they are they're dressed in finery, right? They're all in shining plate mail, and if there's only one Your Majesty from Geneva.
Got it. Can I be really cheeky, given that all this has happened, and say I'll kind of like look groveling towards like the guard in front of me. Please, we've nearly lost everything. We just want to take our stuff back. You wouldn't be able to help us, give us some coin to help us fix the cart? You know, kind of.
He looks down at you. Not our place. Stay where you are and stay quiet until it is decided what will happen next.
Okay. Yeah. Michael will shut up.
The captain of these men is kind of leaning in, and as he is, another carriage and team of horses come up behind this royal carriage. This one with several foot soldiers walking beside it. And the carriage behind it clearly transporting like provisions and packages and different things. And the lead rider comes up to all of you as this other cart comes forward. Her Majesty has determined that we will escort you back to town in the case that your story is true. It seems that your horses are dead, regardless. As he looks up the road from the vantage point upon the horse. We have a spare. We have spares that we can lend you. They're coming in with our rear guard. You can join our caravan and returning to wherever you are headed. Where is it you are headed?
Twyland Hill.
Calith, he nods at you. Are you the leader of this caravan?
I have I'm the leader of the guards of our caravan. I've done some caravan guard work in the past. We were just contracted to meet these dwarves, transfer their goods. We actually have another cart up the road. We were to meet these guards here, dwarves, excuse me, transfer the goods to our cart. The dwarves were going to head back to wherever they were from, and we were going to bring the goods to Twiland Hill.
Well, if you have another way of transporting your goods, then I will have some of the infantry help you remove this burning cart from the road, give these bodies a proper burial, and help you get underway. You can follow along with us if it will make you feel safer upon the road.
Very well. Thank you, sir. If you don't mind, I'm going to gather some of my belongings and heal my wounds a little bit.
Do what you must. We have a cleric with us if you need some healing.
My friend here is in worse shape than me. Handle him first.
Her Majesty says that what is hers is yours for now. She will allow us to give you aid. And you are under the protection of the Banner of Geneva.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Do I notice from where I am that it's Genevan?
Yes.
Okay.
You also,
scared.
I need you to make 2 D12 rolls, Garen.
D12. Okay.
2 and a 7. Okay. Alright. There's a healer's kit on this person. No potions of healing, but there is a healer's kit. And you also find let's see. You find a small tinderbox containing flint and steel for a fire.
Do I find any gold or anything on him?
He does not have any gold on his person.
Does he have any notes by chance?
Give me a did you make a search roll? Did you make an investigation roll?
No, I did not.
Okay, give me one of those. Okay. So the 14. All right. Hidden in a hidden pocket in his clothes, as you're rifling through, you find both a note and a small pouch of gold.
Ooh, okay. I will just pocket the pouch of gold, not paying attention to how much is in there, but
Okay.
I will also take the note
Okay.
and hide behind this tree.
Make your stealth roll as you hide behind the tree. What are you saying? What's that, Caliph?
Did anybody follow? I asked if I was going to go gather stuff. Did anybody follow me over here?
I don't know. Did anyone follow him as he walks over to?
Well, I meant the Genevans.
Oh no. They ride back to guard the Queen's carriage and send forth infantry who are starting to run up.
I'm gonna. Does this dude or this dude? Did they have any I'm not gonna search their bodies, but the weapons they were using in the fight, do they look pretty good?
The weapons that those two are using, they're using standard weapons. They don't have any magical weapons upon them. But the one fighter is wearing plate mail.
Okay. I'm going to police these 4 bodies kind of like I'm getting them ready for burial. And as I'm doing that, if this mage is still alive, I'm going to give him a little dagger to the lung to make sure that he is not alive anymore.
Wow. Okay. Oh. All right. You start pulling them off to the side. Give me a sleight of hand roll to make sure that no one sees you do that.
No one sees everything, Mark.
Ooh.
Wow. Nicely done. Okay.
Health protects innocence and has no mercy for his enemies.
You you start pulling them into a like a pile for burial, off to the side of the road. The infantry come running up soon after, and Felix, a cleric of Oridon, walks up to you, and she looks down at you and says, "Are you the one who needs attending?"
Trying to wipe off some of the blood and charred flesh and pat myself down a bit. Yes.
Come, we'll get you all fixed up. And she pulls out a healer's kit, but also casts Cure Wounds on you for 15 points of healing.
Thank you, ma'am. Much appreciated.
Am I in view of the carriage window where the queen is sitting? Can I just see the window, not even seeing her? But I mean, would she be able to see me?
It depends. Like, are you off to the side of the road, or are you just standing in the middle of the road where your token is?
Yeah, I would just like move a little bit to the side so to see if I can see her and if she can see me.
You move a little to the side, and the windows are curtained.
Okay. Is there like a slight gap in the curtains, or are they completely closed?
There's a slight gap. You're trying to see if you can see into to who's in the carriage.
No. I just want, if I notice a slight gap, I just want to do my best L'Oreal impression and flick my hair back, put my hands through the hair, and see if I notice like the curtains twitching.
No, you don't. Give me. They take the time to allow the infantry to pull the busted cart off the road as one of you gathers your horse and carriage and loads it, and they help you load the ore into your horse and carriage. They ask you to help in. They ask those of you who are willing to help dig the ditches to bury the dead, and they ask if any of you would like to say a word after the priestess of Orad performs the last rites over these men and women who are now in a roadside grave. Did you know any of them well?
Not really. Farewell, fellow friends. I knew you but for a short time, but I did enjoy your company. You will be missed. You will be remembered.
And after several hours of labor and preparing, you all find yourselves underway back to Twiland Hill. It is.
Can I ask the captain something on
Sure.
the way?
Absolutely.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering, would you ask her, or rather maybe tell her that a humble subject requests a short audience? It may be very important for our city.
Are you from the city of Geneva?
Born and bred, sir.
When was the last time you saw its shining towers yourself?
6, 8 months? It's been a while.
That is quite a while. That you are pretty far from home, as are we. I will beseech the Queen for an audience for you. I cannot guarantee it will be made so. It will not happen here on the road. I can assure you of that.
with enough guard, could it be? This is something that should probably remain quiet.
What is your... Oh, what level of concern would befall a caravan guard that you need to beseech a queen for her audience?
I'm gonna pull him to the side away from everybody.
He looks to the other horsemen that are protecting the queen's carriage and nods to them. There's some kind of a unspoken hand signal, and then he pulls away slightly from them, but still within like earshot of the carriage for him to hear them, and where he can still see the queen's carriage. Speak, man.
Lower my voice a bit. I was recently talking with a party of adventurers, and they had it on good terms that a demon queen has broken out of the hells. I was allowed to read one of their minds, and the one that saw this, he was telling the truth, sir. I just thought that she should be warned.
You are sure that your source is reliable, and...
I saw into his mind myself. He was not lying.
Fall back with me a step. What is your name, sir?
Felix.
Felix. Felix what?
Faustus?
Felix Faustus. All right. I am Captain Eden of Her Majesty's personal guard. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to have I'm going to be having the priestess come forth and casting zone of truth upon us. Are you willing to submit to this?
Yes, sir.
Clara! Sister Clara, come forth. She rides over on horseback and meets up with you, and they both get down. And she casts Zone of Truth upon you. Do you resist, or do you allow it to happen?
I let it happen.
Okay. Do you swear by life and by oath that what you say is true, Mr. Faustus?
I do.
This traveling adventurer you spoke to believes that he has seen one of the demon queens, and you have verified this by reading his mind.
That's correct.
You are beseeching an audience with the queen in order to warn her of this impending danger?
Unless one of you wants to do it instead.
Do you trust that her captain of her personal guard can relay this information truthfully to Her Majesty?
I would, honestly. I just wanted to meet her. I never have.
I shall inform Her Majesty that you have interest in meeting her in addition to relaying this most dire news. I am sure that is a request that may be granted to one who wishes to see the benefit of Geneva and the good of the kingdom. However, I doubt that she will meet you upon the road, as I have said, especially now that you have conveyed your message. I can convey that to her, and we will arrange, upon her request for such a meeting, I will make arrangements with you. Where are you staying? Do you live in the city of Twilight Hill?
I usually stay at the Azure Wand.
The Azure Wand. Should I have any reason to be doubtful of the things you are telling me or your intentions?
No, sir.
Thank you for this information. It is quite dire. I can assure you that Her Majesty makes many plans to protect both Geneva and all of Oregon. Your words will not fall upon deaf ears.
Thank you, sir.
No, Felix. Felix Fastus. Thank you. He puts his hand out to you.
Yeah, I'll reach out and shake.
Okay. He... Your friend, while I have you here, the one who seemed to dramatically be shouting for help.
He's a character.
He is at that. He seemed to be playing up the dramaticness of the events that occurred.
Well, you'd have to ask him about that.
Very well. Thank you again for your time. Hopefully you will take this ore of yours and arrive safely to where it belongs. It is a shame that all those men back there had to die, is it not?
It is. It is.
And you say that a demon appeared in the road. Is that connected to this other demon that you have informed me about? Is this part of it?
I can truthfully say that I have no idea.
What did this demon look like that came up in the road?
I don't say anything. I just look down.
Well, the priestess says, I know this must be difficult for you, but it is important that I know. I can perhaps help protect you if I know what kind of creature that we should be wary of.
I know how to protect myself, but I don't want to talk about it.
Very well. It must have been truly traumatic to see such a creature. She, Captain, is that all you needed from him? He says, yes, you may lower the zone of truth. And, he once again turns to you. Felix Fastus, I hope one day that you will return home to Geneva and its white walls, and grace the city with your presence. Someone who looks to protect it, even this far from home, is truly a member of the city and a true citizen of Geneva.
I fear it will be a very long time before I get to see home again.
I pray it will not be. I must return to my queen, and you should return to your caravan. And you continue on. That was impressive. You can definitely,
stressful.
absolutely gain a inspiration point for dodging those bullets so well. That was impressive.
What would be Cal's experience like if when he was doing his couple months of caravan guard, like if another guardsman would have died, what would they normally do with like
Um, it wouldn't have been unusual. I don't think it would have been seen as unusual if you had stripped the body of armor and useful things. Caravan guard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it wouldn't have looked like you were looting the corpses. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
plate mail is valuable.
So, yeah. Right. So yeah, as we were as I was helping putting the bodies, I would have taken the obvious stuff that seemed like it was worth taking.
Sure. You throw
Mega
weapons and plate mail and whatever you find that's of use into the back of the carriage with the adamantine, and head back. Does anybody else have any interactions they'd like to make with this, with the Genevan royal caravan? The queen's carriage rides in front with her 4 guards, and behind it is a train of attendants, several wagons filled with the personal belongings of both the queen and her attendants, and an entire like unit of Genevan infantry marching along behind her.
Are there any what looks like minor administrative nobles? So, like the equivalent of like a lady in waiting, or a not what you think. Like an administrator that would like administrate to the queen's needs. You know, that kind of like paper pushy, but kind of does a lot of the administrative work for the queen. That kind of stuff.
Sure. There's like a minor noble who would be like a as you said, like a queen's, like probably like a minister of the of some part of the kingdom.
So I'd like to drop back, and then if I could speak to him for a couple of moments, or at least try to speak to him for a couple of moments.
Sure. He is a well-dressed. He's a well-dressed individual on horseback.
Okay.
Who's driving the cart, though? Or I should say, the carriage filled with ore. By the way.
I would say at some point I would have asked for a heal if it would have worked out for the cleric, and then I would probably stay with our stuff. And
sure.
Since Garen's hiding, I assume I would drive the caravan.
Okay. Garen, are you just following along and hiding?
I was gonna ask, how is the caravan set up? How's everything
like I said,
behind?
Yeah, you guys are probably in the midst of the wagon train with the supplies. The infantry is kind of walking on either side of this wagon train.
I will be following kind of far behind,
okay.
Trying not to draw attention to myself.
Sure, no problem.
I don't want attention with the Genevans.
After again, it took several hours to like dig 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 graves. So it is getting to nightfall very, very quickly. You move up to this administrator as the caravan is moving down the road. And he kind of looks at you a bit down his nose, but seeing that you're dressed in finer clothes than the rest, says, "What do you want? Can I help you?"
I give him a smile, and I say, "Good evening, Minister. Could I borrow you for a private matter for a short amount of time?"
In regards to what?
In regards to offering the Queen useful resources which she might find appropriate, and helping you, of course.
I have time to listen. Speak.
And I look around and say, maybe someone somewhere a little bit more private?
I will not leave the caravan if that's what you're asking.
Then maybe you could ask the guards to give us a little bit of room.
He looks around at the guards walking with him and nods for them to give you space.
Okay.
What is your name, by the way, sir?
I will kind of like look around and make sure that nobody's listening. I'll give him a slight bow and I will say, I am Baron Michael Shadowbrook. And I'll give him a slight nod of the head.
Baron Michael Shadowbrook. Of what city from which do you hail?
Ravenreach, my lord.
He nods. Ravenreach. That city falls under a shadow.
It does indeed.
Well, Lord, what is it you wish to know?
A acquaintance of mine, a lady in her own standing, has had to leave Anchor because of I don't know if you have heard as of yet, a dreadful uprising of a infernal beast. She has no home, but she is a lady of noble standing, and I would see to her that she would be able to serve the queen if she would have it. As I said, she is a good lady. She has a noble birth. She comes from Anchor, and I think she would do very well by the queen, if that would be permitted.
And what is this lady's name?
And he would say, Lady Jane.
Do you know her last name?
I assume Caliph or Jen would have told me, but I can't remember. Stephen can't remember.
LeBeau.
LeBeau, yeah.
I will look into this matter on behalf of the Queen and your lady friend. What is your connection to her?
She is a friend, and she is of noble birth. I would always want to see that noble friends get what they are owed.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, God. Good luck. Boom!
When it counts, right?
First goddamn good roll of the night. Yeah, okay.
Also, I just want you to know that the 4 guards that are surrounding the Queen's carriage have been keeping their eye on you throughout.
Oh, yeah.
Not just
sure.
this encounter, but throughout the entire time that you've
Sure.
all been together.
Sure.
He says to you, should the Queen desire to make contact with your young lady, where can we deliver such a message?
I will give her the address of Jen's. I will say that she's under the protection of the captain of the guard in Twilight Hill. I'll give her Jen's father's name, that I know it, and she is staying at this house.
Okay. He takes the information from you, and he has like a little black book that he pulls out and writes down the information as you give it to him with a piece of a piece of charcoal, and closes the book and tucks it away.
I'll also bow slightly before I'm about to leave and say, if I can be any use to Her Majesty, you can contact me via the Imperial Bank, and I'll give her the name of Mr. Carbrook. He is my contact there. He has ways of contacting me when needed.
He nods. Understood. Well, Lord Shadowbrook, this has been an enlightening conversation. What is a Baron of Ravenreach doing As far south as Twiland Hill, might I ask, and traveling with simple caravan guard, no less.
My lord, it is a sad tale if you would have the time to hear it.
We have naught but time on this ride, I think.
And then Michael would be absolutely he would be honest. He would recount the tale and the murder of his family, and he would say that he belonged to a minor noble family, and the title passed to him eventually because he was the only one left. He would also say that there was a group of people who he knows as the hold on, the Horned Order. Is that right? Mark?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is correct.
Who were trying to kill people of different magical lineages, and in an effort to make sure that nobody in Ravenreach was harmed, he left, but is now actively tracking those folk.
Okay. He listens intently to your entire story, kind of playing the part of at all the right moments, gasping when appropriate, and at the end he says, "Well, you've seen your share of hardship, I see."
I give him a wry smile.
Very good, Master Shadowbrook.
I won't take much more of your time, my lord, and I'll give him a slight bow, and then kind of fall back in step if there's nothing else he wants me to do.
Yeah, he tells you before you go that he is Lord Graham, Niles Graham, and you can, and he will be in touch.
The pleasure was mine, my lord, and I'll give him again a bow and walk off.
Okay. Eventually, the caravan stops to make camp because it is nightfall. You all set up camp, and they begin setting up camp. Their camp is not small, and they don't necessarily welcome you into it. There is a ring of infantry tents first, followed by a ring of non-noble attendants, and then the ring of carriages and wagons, and then within the ring of carriages and wagons there is the queen's tent, the nobility's tents, and of course the royal guards tents. You all are expected to be far outside the initial ring of tents, or at least just outside of the infantry tents.
Michael, you two stay out of that camp.
Garen, do you catch up with them once they make camp, or are you gonna stay?
No, I'm gonna stay back because I don't want any possibility of running into Genevan soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And while I am staying back, I am also going to try to figure out how the healer's kit could possibly work to heal me.
Sure. Give me a medicine roll, and I will let you know if you can figure that out. Of course, you also have time for a long rest at this point.
Yeah, but if I don't have to use hit die, I don't have to use hit die.
Well, for a long rest, you don't. Only short rests use hit die.
I'm thinking of it. Okay, I'm thinking of something else then.
Yeah. But if you would like to know, go ahead and Medicine, yeah, you can figure out like how a healer's kit would work. Mostly it's used to stabilize people unless you have the healer feat, I believe.
I do not.
Okay.
And I'm also going to read the note from the dead rogue that I found.
Okay. Uh, okay. The so the pouch of gold has about 30 gold in it and a couple of small gems.
Ooh.
The note uh, the note simply describes the wagon and its contents and the caravan guards. It is not written in the same way as I don't know if you got to see the portfolio. You didn't actually, so you have no idea. So yeah, it is just a note describing their target.
Okay. Any does it say from who or anything, or just describing what the target is?
It just describes what the target is. There's nothing else.
All right. I'm gonna pocket the gold, but
Okay.
that is about, and disregard the note and
All
toss
right.
it to the side.
I know that Caliph, you took anything that looked useful on the bodies of your attackers and the caravan guards. Can you go ahead and give me an investigation roll for that?
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay. All right. You found the obvious things upon their persons. The weapons, the armor, anything that Caliph would be aware to look for. But otherwise, nothing of useful information.
Okay.
Just FYI, Mark, I would have collected my little doll again before we would have packed up.
I assumed.
Yeah.
All right. And you bed down for the night in this clearing.
Could we have before we go to sleep? Could I talk to the guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm giving you the opportunity
Yeah,
to do that.
sure. And I assume we're all like sitting around a small campfire, like
Sure.
before we're about to head down. And I'll say,
Garen still doesn't join you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
he's not.
No,
No,
he's staying
doesn't
out of
wanna
view of the
risk
caravan.
Okay.
The
He does
Genevan-
not want
Got it.
any chance of the Genevan
Got it.
soldiers.
Got it.
And also, Garen doesn't need to exactly sleep. He could just go into
Sure.
Sentry's rest. So
Sure. And I'll say, well, that went well.
It started well.
It started very well.
It actually ended fairly well too. I'm a
Went a
little
little-
surprised.
Went a little sideways in the middle. You guys have any idea who those other people were?
I was assuming actual bandits.
They seemed well trained.
Yeah, good point. Maybe one of the other gangs?
Yeah, that's what I was leaning more towards. They didn't seem like normal bandits aren't usually porting in and out with dimension doors.
Hired muscle like us, right?
Possibly. You know?
I looked at Caliph and say, I did warn you that there could be residual damage.
I realize that. What happened wasn't our fault, in my opinion. We did our best to save the innocent dwarves. Once we were attacked by the outsiders, you have to do what you have to do. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Looked like they were going to kill everyone anyway.
I just worry that you have certain idealistic standards that there is no chance of us living up to.
I don't necessarily do that. I don't think it's that hard to protect people, but to not attack people that aren't your enemies, and do attack the ones that are.
In the end, we killed those dwarves, Caliph.
You know, the other gang killed those dwarves. They died in the crossfire.
But that's what I'm trying to say. I think you misinterpret where I'm coming from. All I've said in the past was we can't be naive, and sometimes people are going to get hurt. And like tonight, some people attack those dwarves, but in defending ourselves, I killed some of those dwarves. You got a problem with that?
No, I didn't say I did. I said I had a problem with us callous or just recklessly attacking and killing the dwarves. I had no problem with defending against people who attack us first.
Then we're agreed.
I think so.
Good. Well, I hope you both saw that I was useful and here for you guys. And he'll just like give a slight bow and walk to his own tent.
Okay.
So, Caliph, let's see everything you got from those guys.
I didn't find too much, just some basic supplies. And then I would explain kind of what I found. We do have the plate mail armor. I don't know if might take some
Would you have question?
blacksmithing to fit Genevieve, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. What all would you have taken on them if they had like backpacks and belt pouches and stuff? Would you have grabbed that stuff, or would you have just grabbed like armor and weapons?
No, but I'd have taken. I mean, wouldn't dig through their pockets, but if they had like a pouch hanging on a belt, I would have taken that.
Okay, all right. So you just threw everything you saw that might have been like a personal belonging or something like that, and you would have just thrown it into the back of your wagon.
Correct.
Okay.
Just to make absolutely certain, I'm going to take the 10 minutes to ritual cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Detect magic. All right. Yeah. You ritual cast detect magic and kind of look over their things.
Yeah, I would pull out. I mean, obviously, we'd keep any coins, but then anything I thought was worth keeping, I'd keep. The other stuff, I would assume we would just kind of sell somewhere.
Okay. There is the presence of magic within your wagon. Detect magic. You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. You can use an action to see faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area. So I'll assume as you're looking through things, you're going to focus enough to see those auras. There's an aura around a sack, and there is an aura around one of the backpacks.
Ooh. We've got a couple things there. Empty out that sack and that backpack.
Cal would do that.
Nothing comes out of the sack.
Aha!
Ooh.
Mm.
The backpack.
Check the backpack
If
first.
I reach, what do I feel if I reach? Like, did I reach in?
You reach in and you feel nothing.
Would I know what that is? Probably not.
I don't know if you would, but you can't feel the bottom of the bag.
As I start rummaging through the backpack, I look over to Caliph. Try turning it inside out. That usually works.
Yeah, that's not quite gonna work. There's no bottom to this bag.
Just try it.
That's what I did try. I stuck my arm in. There's no bottom to the bag
As
to
soon as
grab
you,
to turn it inside out.
Caliph, as soon as you think about turning the bag inside out, you feel the bottom of the bag.
Oh, well, then I would turn it inside out.
You turn it inside out, and nothing comes out of it.
Okay.
Not even the inside of the bag.
The inside, yeah, it turns inside out, but nothing comes out with it.
Oh, wow, this is really strange. I think this might be your area of expertise. Something's going on here because when you past where the bottom of the bag should be, it's bigger on the inside than the outside.
Well, if it's what I think it is, yeah, those things usually are.
Let me.
Right.
I want to
Yeah,
double
but-
check something real quick, but I might have to retcon what I said for a second. But let me Let me check myself.
Are you doing that before you wreck yourself or after?
Before.
Okay.
I may have already wrecked myself. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, and then inside as you're rummaging through the backpack, you find in the backpack a healer's kit and four potions.
Ooh, excellent.
The
Pull those
potions,
out for-
yeah, the potions are the things that are glowing with the magical aura.
And you said, was there anything still in the cart itself? You said that.
Well, he just threw everybody's bags and everybody's armor and weapons into the back of your carriage with the adamantine ore. So there's this sack that's empty, and then there is the backpack that was glowing. The other backpacks are not glowing. So yeah.
Well, I'll give the bag of holding that I don't know is a bag of holding to Felix, and I'll try to identify the potions if there's something I recognize.
Okay. They give me a healer's kit roll, or not a healer's kit, not a healer's kit. I'm sorry, an herbalism kit. I misspoke. So just intelligence plus your proficiency bonus.
Proficiency.
Ooh. Yeah, they are 4 potions of greater healing.
Ooh, nice.
You guys killed the healer before she had a chance to heal anyone.
Oh, darn.
Otherwise, that fight would have been much, much harder, but the first fireball took out their healer.
Standard battle practice. Fireball the healer.
So, Felix, these are potions of greater healing. A good find here.
Yep, that's pretty nice.
One for each of us, even.
I'll start casting Identify on the bag, just to make certain.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll a D100.
Ooh.
And it is in fact a bag of holding. Congratulations, you're the first party to find one.
Woo!
Hey.
Ah, 37, huh? All right.
It's a mimic. It's a mimic bag of holding.
Okay. Among among their items, like going through all of their items, you find a lot of gold in between. Like, you have the dwarves packs, you have the other party of marauders packs, and you find quite a bit of gold in between all of them. Go ahead and roll 66.
Ooh.
Okay. You find roughly 2,000 gold in miscellaneous coin, like
Jesus.
between all of the people that died, essentially, between all the bodies. There were like 11 bodies, so yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, we'll start
I
handing
found
that
30.
out.
Yeah. Now the gold that you find, right? They're in miscellaneous coin. They're in coin and gems, which you can roughly estimate the value at. The mage, I'm sorry, the healer had a diamond on her worth 300 gold. You can assume what that's for. So that's part of that 2,000 gold is that diamond. And so stuff like that. There were things in like the mage's component pouch and that add up to that value, like a pearl.
I'll subtract 100 from the gold that I'll be taking so we can keep that diamond. We probably should.
Again, yeah, that's fine. So you have miscellaneous spell components plus gold that equal up to about 1,000 gold worth of stuff, right? And by miscellaneous spell components, I mean gems, diamonds, anything like that you would count as loot, and not
Did you say
necessarily
1,000 or
said-
2,000 mark?
2,000.
Okay.
And you rolled a 37, so roll a d6 again. Yes, I'm using the random treasure table for you. So 3. So give me 3 d100 rolls. So 73. Okay. That one's... So among the other things, and you can use identify for it or whatever. So you find a potion of climbing. You find a drift globe. And one of the... and I'll tell you that one of the quivers of bolts are +1 bolts. And that's everything you find among their things. The dwarves were carrying most of the raw gold, and the people who came to kill them were carrying most of the magic items and other components. But they're all on a pile in the back.
Well, that was quite the haul there.
Very much so. Do we want to get a minor story straight between... I mean, I guess we got another day to travel with them. We were attacked by a demon and we were just hired as hired muscle to bring the caravan back. Or not caravan, but cart of war.
Felix is still trying to process all of the stuff you just found.
I'm asleep.
Yes.
I'll be sentries resting, watching over everyone, watching over my companions, but
Sure.
from a distance.
Understood.
I think the less said, the better.
Well, I agree.
You guys quickly shove all of your findings inside that bag of holding.
I don't feel
No.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you do with all this stuff?
I would say we separate out the stuff we're just gonna, the kind of junky, not junky weapons, but standard weapons we're not gonna keep to go to one side.
Divide up everything.
Divide up everything. I can take. We'll portion out Michael's share right now, and then either Felix or I can hold on to Garen's share. And I'm okay with you guys taking. There's 4 of us that were here, so that's 1 portion of greater healing apiece. I don't know, have no idea what a drift globe is.
Well, Felix, you're holding it, and it is a sphere that you can activate to glow, and
Well,
it will.
this is what it does.
Yeah, it will float or follow you around.
And it's just like a light source, basically.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a light source that will follow you around, or you can send it out ahead of you, like a few feet.
Yeah, but you can use it to cast daylight as well, which is pretty awesome.
Once
Pretty good spell.
once per day, I think you can cast daylight.
Yeah.
and then Cal is okay with just taking. You guys can have all the spell casting components. I'm fine with that. Or the three of you can cast spells. So however you want to divide them, I'll just take my share in coin.
Well, it's really just that diamond that I'm thinking we should hold on to. I'm also going to climb into the carriage and count out how many bars of adamantium there are.
Okay.
So what do you think, Felix? Should we just divide this right here tonight, or should we just keep it all piled together and wait till we get back to the Azure Wand and divide it up there?
That's pretty much divided up right now.
Okay. Then I'll hang on to Garen's share and give that to him. So I take my share and Garen's share and put it in a pack of some kind and put it somewhere that I thought was safe. Rest of the day, rest of the journey.
Okay.
Are you just handing me like 400 gold in the morning?
500, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah,
no, it's 5 of us. I assume somebody's taking like Jen's share as well, right?
Does she get a share?
Garen.
I mean, she didn't help. This is OOC, but like, she wasn't here.
Everyone gets 425.
Okay. I assume you just give it to me the next day, and I'll just add it to my stuff now.
All right, 425 each.
Is that gold pieces, or is that assorted stuff?
Assorted. And we're keeping the diamond, just in case.
Okay. With diamond's 300 gold, right?
Yeah, that's why we only get 475 instead of 500. Or, sorry, 425. 425.
There's, I can't give you I'm not going to give you a number of adamantine bars, okay? But I will tell you that, based on the number of them and the weight of the bars, there's about 300 pounds of adamantine in here.
Oh, I meant to do this during roleplay chat. Could I roll to see if I knew how much the bars would go for individually?
Sure.
What do you think, Felix? What should we set some aside for Jen as well? Or set aside a group portion?
Maybe. We'll think on that later.
Okay.
What would I have to roll to see if I know what the adamantine's worth?
I would roll intelligence, and if you have a jeweler's kit, you can roll that as well.
I do
You
not.
can add that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
I think they're worth
Okay.
$1 million gold apiece.
Well, seeing that there's a lot of them, I'm going to slip about a dozen of them into the bag of holding.
You're gonna dump all of it, all the adamantine bars into the bag of holding. Is that what you said?
No, just 12.
12. Okay.
Okay. Can
Okay.
I get a long rest?
Yes, you all get a long rest.
Nice. And well, I'll use message in the morning. I don't know if Garen's within 120 feet or not, but I'll say,
Say
"You
sure.
okay? You okay, man?"
I'll reply, yes, I have history with the Genevans. I can't be seen.
Okay. And I'll say that like Calith and Felix gave us a portion of the loot. I'll say they gave me 425 in mixed coin, and that Calith is holding your share.
Oh, you got a portion of greater healing too, Michael.
Okay, thank you, man. I'll add that too.
That is good news. I have information for later as well.
Okay. Shall we just meet? Shall we just meet? You gonna follow the carriage back, or do you want to meet us back in the bar?
Once you split from the Genevans, I will join.
Okay. And then I'll walk back to the campsite with the guys are woken up or not, and I'll just pass the message on with what Garen said.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. Felix, is invulnerability a spell that you can on your spell list? It is a wizard spell. Yes. So give me a. It's a wizard spell. Give me a. Give me an Arcana check. Okay. Invulnerability requires the use of a small piece of adamantium to cast that's worth at least 500 gold points. Or gold pieces. So if a small piece of adamantium is worth 500 gold pieces, 300 pounds of it is probably worth a lot more than that.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, that's worth a lot. Yeah, I couldn't even guess.
Are we all together at the moment, or are we all just doing our different things now?
This was that night when he was looking at all of it.
Okay.
It would have dawned
Got it.
on him.
Got it. Got it.
So, like, what percentage of the bars did you take, do you think?
Well, it's not like I told anyone about it.
I know. I'm asking out of character. I'm curious.
No, 12 bars? I don't know.
Like, you say there's 300 pounds. Like, how many bar? I mean, are there like 100 bars or 1,000 bars?
I'll tell you in a second. This is a lot of bookkeeping stuff, and I'm sorry, chat, that we are doing this, but you know.
Sometimes you need to do it.
Does anybody have a proficiency in accountancy?
This is for the party. I'm going to delete the drift globe and the pot of climbing and the quiver from my notes here, since I'm assuming you guys are going to use those. I'd like to use the bag, though, since, you know, small, no strength.
I'm good with that.
Michael
You want to
has
just
no
add
problems.
these things to the party inventory?
Do we have a party inventory?
In
Yeah,
Discord, we do.
the Discord.
Oh, Discord.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the last thing we put there. Our draft horses.
All right. Sorry, I'm doing math. I apologize.
What's happening in chat? Chat, say some stuff.
Yeah, say something. Speak to us. Let us know if you're bored.
What is on your mind, chat? What would you like to see?
Other than dabbing. Not that.
Well, no, I mean, dabbing is like already built into the equation.
Everyone wants to see that.
Yeah. Did I make them fight lions? Okay. Is that what happened on the Tuesday game? Did you fight lions?
No, they just want to see you fight lions. You said, what
And
do you
hyenas.
guys want to see?
Okay. I know. I thought there was like some sort of story element.
Out of personal curiosity, how much is each of the bars of adamantine weigh?
Yeah, that's what I'm letting you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Deo, I didn't say I'd do anything. I just want to know what you want.
Okay, so each bar, weighs 3 pounds. So there's 100 bars. You take 12.
See, I think, David, that once the people know that once the dwarves know that they were pillaged, we send messages around saying it was a group of adventurers, a monk, a bard, a cleric, and a tree that were doing the looting.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a bad idea, you know. Michael would probably actively try to implicate Mirth. I gotta
Of
think
course
about
he
that.
would.
I gotta
Of
think
course
about
he
that.
would.
If you told Garen, he would 100% help you.
Yeah. Look at Sasada. Yeah.
All right. Just so I can get this bookkeeping over with.
Yeah, Sasada, I don't know if your reputation is, like, shiny.
Cicada, by the way.
Oh, my apologies.
Okay. That.
We so need to get posters of Mirth just in Twilight Hill, like as like wanted posters, just posted around everywhere.
I mean, so these bars they don't really take, I mean, they're like really only like the size of all of them, or if there's 100, what is that, the size of 2 5-gallon pails?
I mean, they're each bar is 3 pounds, right? And there's
How dense are they?
100 of them.
Just out of pure curiosity.
They're pretty
'cause
dense. Or they're not.
This is a pound of titanium,
Yeah, please.
and it like fits in my hand.
That's a pound of titanium, so it would be 3 times the size of that.
I just missed the pound of titanium. Let me see.
Titanium's super light, though.
Why do you have a pound of
that's true.
titanium?
I had a project at school last year.
So let's say it's the size of like a gold bar that you would think of in like a bank heist movie, right? Let's say that
Okay.
they're each one is about the size of that. Okay? Just for freak's sake. Since we're doing all of this, you're asking me to do all of this goddamn conversions.
I was just thinking, I mean, if you put five of those gold bars in a row, and then you made 4 rolls, that's 20 bars, and you stack them 5 high. I mean, that's not very big. That's like the size of a suitcase.
Yeah. If they are dense, they would be smaller than the bar I have.
To be fair, with the bookkeeping, I'm happy. Just like we do the bookkeeping later, and just say we have X amount of bars, and Mark will tell us what those X amount of bars are later on.
Okay. That's fine. If a small piece is 500 gold, let's... it's a lot. It's worth a lot of money. I'll do the math later.
Yeah, decide later.
I will do the math later.
Doing math later is what my high school was basically like. And I'm good at math.
Tell me about it.
All right. So, you guys eventually arrive back in town.
So, I mean, like...
You have another day's worth of travel, technically.
Sure. So I would make sure that, like, we go directly to... Well, I speak to the guys and say, look, are you happy that we take this directly to where we were supposed to take this?
Well, we have to. We were supposed to be back in 3 days when we left, and it took us a day to get out there, and if it takes us another day, we have to do it today.
Okay. Then...
Actually, you guys can go ahead and do that. I do not want to talk to her again. I'll go to the Azure Wand and wait there for you.
Very well.
Sorry, it's just Lady Long, really... She creeps me out. I don't like her. I don't want to be around her.
Are we having this conversation after you guys have split from the...
Yeah, like what happens when we get to the town gates with the Genevans? We just totally go our separate ways?
I think it makes sense.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I was more asking Mark. Like, what do they do?
Wait, I'm
Is
sorry.
there like a fork we split at? Because if so...
No, they're going to Twiland Hill for
fun.
The Genevans. But
once we get to Twiland Hill, like once we get through the south gate or whatever,
sure,
we can split off, right?
They are going to split off. You have given them your contact information. So they will contact you with whatever is necessary at this point, and they make that perfectly clear.
Well, as long as we get because we're here's the Azure Wand somewhere here, right? And wasn't the warehouse that we got the cart like right across the street, basically?
I believe it was here.
There, and we're coming in from here.
No, you are coming in
south gate, right?
No, you would be coming in from
the north gate.
The north gate. Yes.
Okay, so we can make our way relatively quickly to where we need to go.
Say, well, we're driving right by our place, so I would say we drop Felix and all the looted gear from the dead people off at the Azure Wand, and then Even and I can make our way here, and then I don't know, Garen, when you'd plan on catching up to us.
I would follow through the gate after, as soon as they split, I would kind of make my way to them.
Okay.
To us or to where Felix is in the bar?
To Michael and Galeth.
Okay, got it.
All right. They split off, and you head to drop off the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And Garen, you head back to the bar. Am I making sure? I'm just making sure that I heard it correctly.
I'm going with Michael and Galeth to drop off the wagon.
Okay.
And we rented
because I collected
horses, right? Did we gather them all back to return? I assume.
Yes, you can gather them back for the return. That's fine. They were not harmed in the making of this combat.
That would have been bad.
That would have been very, very bad. Okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out all that bookkeeping, and now I'm off my game. I should have just told you guys I was going to save it for later and continued on with what we were doing. That's my fault.
That was our fault, not your fault. We kept asking you.
All right.
Just threw me off a little. In my head, the whole time I was picturing like an entire like
Cart
full
stuffed.
of like
Yeah.
raw ore, and now and then at the end we're like, oh no, there's just this little like 2-foot by 2-foot pile of bars.
No, well, again, like I said, picture like the gold bars in like a movie, right?
Yep.
Just picture that. So, and you are to deliver the carriage back to where you picked it up. Is that correct?
Off the
Yes,
top-
I believe
yeah.
so.
Okay.
That's where I'm taking it, at least.
All right. So you take it
Unless
there.
Rossi told us to do something different.
Nope. You take it there with the adamantine ore, and there are a pair of gentlemen that help you get the horses stabled, and look in to the cart to see that you have everything there. And they start unloading the ore, one block at a time, and they pull out. They like wheel out a cart, and the cart has a merchant's scale on it, and they begin pulling each bar out and weighing it and stacking it while you stand there waiting.
I say, okay.
Sorry, you go on?
No, I was going to say, is the lady here?
She's not. It's just these two gentlemen.
What do they look like? Have we seen them back at the pit?
They are the ones that Garen got the cart from. They're just
Okay.
they're
Lackeys.
two
Okay,
yeah, they're lackeys. They are just like the person who pushed the cart out looks a bit smaller and skinnier, and is marking down weights upon a ledger, and the larger of them is this hulking half-orc who just stands with his arms crossed, waiting.
Is the half-orc or half-orc? Was that no? Who was the one I gave my coat to? Was that an ogre?
That was
or
a half-ogre. That was an ogre.
Oh, okay. I basically go and do some small talk with the half-orc and say, "So, what's the pay like in this employ?" Trying to be like a man of the people, but fake.
Sure. Give me a just give me a persuasion roll to see how well you do with this guy.
Awful, probably, but
Probably.
hey, that's okay.
That's not bad.
Solid.
Fine. Pays for me room and board. A little extra for spending on ale.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is that?
Depends on the job. Tonight I'm stabling horses. Doesn't pay much.
If I needed to find myself, how can I say this, a good assistant, how much would that cost me?
What do you mean, assistant?
Like somebody with smarts.
Somebody with
read-
smarts.
Read, write, can do letters, maybe handle themselves in a fight too.
Never hired anyone like that before. Not much of the hiring type, more the getting hired type.
Yeah, thought so. Okay, good to know.
You looking for someone on the up and up, and someone on the down belows?
I'm looking for the competent type, regardless of where they come from.
You don't catch my meaning. Are you looking for someone who's above board, or are you looking for someone who's a part of our who knows their way around the shadows of the city, if you know what I mean. Someone who can handle some business that isn't exactly legitimate.
That's an interesting question. Tell me what the prices would be for either and both.
At least, not something that I rightly know off the top of me head, but I can tell you that someone who knows the way around crooked work gonna cost you more.
What, like a gold a week? Is that fair?
He smirks. You realize that most caravan guard get paid 2 gold a day. You want somebody to look over your books, that's gonna be a lot more.
Interesting. It's been a most enlightening conversation. Thank you, good chap.
Alright. Sure. The man finishes up weighing the gold bar, the adamantine bars, and looks over at you two. And or how many of you are there?
Me, Garen, and
Three of
Callum,
us?
right?
Alright, there's 3 of you. Looks over at the 3 of you and says, You're 12 bars short. What happened to them?
I honestly have no idea, as he says honestly.
While they're conducting the search, can I kind of try to oppose that somehow with a deception check? Because I have that as part of my
You can do what now? What's your
as part
ability?
of my even if I get boarded sometimes, I can if characters conducting the search can hear you, I can oppose their checks with a charisma check or dex check, deception check. Sorry. Could I guess. Never mind. I'll try to talk them out of it. Never mind. Ignore everything I said. I realized my mistake.
Yeah.
What was on? We got to the dwarves, and as we were beginning to deal with the dwarves, another group of bandits or someone magicked themselves in and fireballed us. The cart was on fire during the fight. We didn't get a look inside the cart till afterwards. As when we got a look, that's what was there. Some of their guys ran inside before we could get a chance to stop them.
Felix, did you take the bars with anybody seeing, or did you wait until everybody was gone? Are you the only person who knows you have the adamantine?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything I said was from
was completely true. Yep.
Truthful.
Okay.
This was all there was there. This was all that was there. All we could find. Were we given a number we were looking for, or just everything?
No, you were
Just
not.
everything.
No,
Okay.
you were not. They
This
just
is
told
what
you
we
to get
saw.
everything.
This is all we saw. We saw no more. We didn't know how
like
much
I
we were
said,
looking for.
One of the other gang members, they dropped out of the sky. Do I know what a dimensional portal is?
I mean, it looked like a doorway that opened up, and then they jumped out of it, and then they opened up another
jumped
one
out
and
of a
walked away.
magic doorway. There was a mage and a rogue and a fighter, and the mage fireballed us, and the one of their guys jumped inside the cart, was in there for a while, and jumped out. Maybe he grabbed him. I don't know. But when the fight was over, this is what was there.
They look at each other, and the half-orc looks at you. Was there a girl, all black, moved like mercury?
Yeah, and poisoned the shit out of me.
They look at each other again. Thanks for that. And he hands you he pulls a gold pouch out and tosses it to all of you. From the lady.
I will catch it and start counting to make sure we got everything.
It's 500, she promised, right?
Yes.
Garen doesn't care. He'll still count.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, she's we dealt with all our companions, but she opened another magic doorway and escaped. We got some hits in on her, but unfortunately, we didn't finish her off.
Does the lady want to see any of us, or is that our relationship closed for now?
She just said, count the boss, pay the gold. If this is all you
Okay.
got, seems like you're being honest.
Very well, then. Make sure that you pass my greetings on to the lady. I'll look to Caleth and Garen. Gentlemen, shall we?
Is everything there?
Yeah, all 500 is there. He looks at you, Garen, and smirks, the half-orc does, and says, "Suppose we deserve that."
I actually am confused at what he's talking about.
We
I-
counted these in front of you. You count that
Oh.
in front of us. Probably tit for tat. It's all there. And it is, in fact, all there.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just cautious when it comes to money. Good doing business with you, and I'll stick my hand out for a handshake for both of them.
They shake your hand.
Calth will do the same.
I'll just give them a polite nod.
I'll a bit of warning before you leave. I wouldn't go around telling stories about that lass that did you in there with the poison. Keep it to yourselves.
What's she called?
No one rightly knows. We think she works for works for another party.
Which party?
No one rightly knows. Just
Are
assumptions.
they lying?
Just assumptions.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, I was going to say, me too.
Go ahead. Let's see. 6 and
Nice.
a 3. As far
Nice.
as far as you know, he is being straight with you.
Yeah.
No one sure who she is. No one sure who she works for. There are rumors. Some think she works for that. Some think she works for them malevolent folk. Some thinks she's a freelancer. Dangerous she is. The skinnier one says, "Last rumor I heard is anyone who speaks, well, people call her the Black Lady. But from what I understand, anyone who speaks of her doesn't live much longer once they talk of her in public."
The Black Lady? Interesting. Very well. Gentlemen, I think that's a useful piece of information. I wish you a good evening. Garen, Caleth, shall we?
We shall. And guess we'll walk back to the Azure Wand.
Okay.
When we, I guess, are we back at the Azure Wand?
Yeah,
now?
you walk back to the Azure Wand and you make your way there. When you get back,
What time is it, Mark?
well, it's a day and a half travel, right? So you spent a few hours riding, probably 4 hours riding the night before, and then the full next day. So it would be evening.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Garen. I know you wanted to say something.
As we walk in, I guess we're gonna walk down to the table that Felix is at. And as we sit down, I will hand out 125 gold to all of us here.
Okie dokie. Right.
But that is just to you four. That will be all the gold.
Calth doesn't notice that. He doesn't count it. He just grabs it.
Just want to make sure you guys are okay with not paying Genevieve.
Eh,
I'm saying that out of character to make sure you guys know that's what's happening.
Yes.
You say that out of character?
I'm saying that out of character to make sure you guys know that's what Garen is doing. He's
Oh,
paying
yeah,
you guys
I
and not paying Genevieve.
think we all got it.
Sorry, just want to make sure.
Sure.
that's okay. She's getting armor, and we'll buy her something.
As we're sitting there around the table, or the back where Felix, did you guys see the those other guys take anything out of the cart? And then I'll explain to Felix how there were 12 bars missing that the guys at the warehouse were worried about.
Just that one that slipped in.
Garen, you're the one who searched him, and you didn't find the bars on him. But I don't know how thoroughly you searched him.
I didn't fully search him, but I'm assuming I would have noticed a huge bulge in his bag of bars, if there was.
Probably. Yeah.
So, well, I searched that one. I did not see anything on him, but I did find this, and I will bring out the note that I found on him, and I'll place it on the table.
Garen, you're aware of who the scrappers are, correct?
Am I?
Well,
they
we
were
are.
they
we
were
all
in the
are
dossier.
semi-aware.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
That Adamantine was supposed to belong to the scrappers, and you've been to their legitimate business site. They're the ones who installed the they're the ones who installed the
they're
dagger.
The scrappers. Okay. I just forgot that. Okay. I have that written down.
So the note basically explains that it says very similar things to what you were informed of. That it says that the scrappers load of ore will be coming. Adamantine would be coming through into town in several days. This is where it will be, and this is how many caravan guards it has. It just lists all the details of the job.
And I wonder if those guys were just normal traders, or if they had that contracted to go to one of the other gangs, the Tall Fellows, or wasn't the Adamantine or the Scrappers, obviously, because they wouldn't have tried to steal their own stuff.
Oh no! It's saying that the caravan the ore was going to the scrappers. Right? Yes. Like the note said, the scrappers' ore is coming in on such and such a cart at such and such a location.
So we basically know that there are three parties involved here: the scrappers who wanted to get the ore, us who were working for you know who, and another third party who may or may not be attached to the Maleficent.
The Malevolent?
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking Angelina Jolie. The Malevolent, yeah.
Yeah, so that other gang, assuming that was a Twiland Hill gang, had to be the Tall Fellows, the Malevolent, or... and do you think that black lady could be Lillian Gerard?
Maybe.
Still haven't found anything about her.
So let's have a recap here. We've gained some, I think, good links with the Horn, but we've probably got two different enemies.
And the Horn probably wasn't... I mean, they kind of hire themselves out for jobs, so there's a good chance that the Horn wasn't getting it for themselves.
Okay.
They could have been getting it for somebody else.
So maybe we just have to find out if anybody's getting, if any party has suddenly got new adamantine swords or armor, or even some sort of.
I'll talk to the tall fellows, see if I can learn anything from them.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling in a somewhat celebratory mood. Are you in the mood for a party?
A party?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm thinking of throwing a party.
And where would you be thinking of throwing that party?
I'll wink at Garen and say that's a surprise.
Maybe.
Mark's looking terrified. Maybe. So I will go to the bar, and I will find our favorite barmaid, who I
Yeah.
still don't. Yeah,
Beatrice,
And I will-
Beatrice there, of course, as
Yeah.
she is every night.
and I will say to Beatree, Operation Thorn, Beatree.
She smiles and rolls her eyes at you. You and your antics, Mr. Michael.
Please call me Michael. No need for the Mister.
Aye, aye. Well, we'll get that right away.
We are on the way ourselves. Shall we meet everybody there?
Surely as you can. That's fine.
And I stand up. Well, gentlemen, follow me for the party.
As you walk, oh God. Ugh. You guys walk. Are you walking?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You guys
Unless we
spend.
can get a carriage. I mean, I'd pay for a
do you,
carriage.
do you
too
want
for
to
us get
beat?
there.
Do you want to beat the stuff there, or do you want to? Do you want to kind of like take your time so that you arrive?
No, I'll take my time so the stuff is already.
That's what I figured. Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys take a good 20 or 25 minute walk, and you come to a quaint little house in the Midland with a small garden and yard, and a table is being set out front with checkered tablecloth by a couple of attendants, as well as a bottle of wine, some bread, cheese, fruit, and various things. And as the table and a couple of chairs are set, the attendants kind of step back a bit, and as they step out of the way, from out of the alley scurry a few minstrels who begin playing a tune. And as the band strikes up and the light of the stars hit their instruments, the candlelight flicking off of those instruments of brass and glint, we'll leave it at that, as the party is struck up, and things begin to get quite strange as a woman who looks a bit older but quite like Genevieve looks out the doorway at the spectacle going on in the street outside of her home.
God.
And yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I do want to ask you guys real quick. You can tell me if you want to do this or not, but I was watching the dreaded DM the other day, and he did something I thought was really cool and interesting, where he had each player go around and tell their favorite moment about their character, and then each of the other players tell their favorite moment about that player's character, and then go around to each player. I was wondering if you would be interested in doing something like that.
Sure. About the campaign or just this session?
Just this session. Just for tonight.
Okay, I'll start. My favorite moment of the...
I want to make sure everybody's cool with it
Okay.
before we just get started.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, so yeah, go ahead. Tell me your favorite Michael moment about tonight.
Favorite Michael moment.
Yes.
The favorite Michael moment was probably just at the very, very end there, where we're going to somebody's house and
Of course
we're
it
confused.
was. Of course it
Yeah.
was.
But my favorite other moment from not Michael was basically Felix like persuading the whole crew, the dwarves, to basically give up. The whole casting suggestion thing I thought was pretty epic.
Grayson, what was your favorite Michael moment of tonight?
Michael moment.
Yes.
You did.
Chat.
Yeah.
While he's thinking, chat, what was your favorite Michael moment of this evening?
I guess I would have to say the fact that Michael tries to flirt with everyone, and now we are out in front of Genevieve's mother's house with a band. So probably that.
Okay. Justin, what was your favorite Michael moment?
Oh, it's got to be Operation Thorn. It's gonna go so wonderfully awful.
Oh my god. Let me ask you, Brad, what was your favorite Michael moment?
Well, I'm gonna cheat a little and call it my favorite Steven moment. When Operation Thorn was going, he was like dancing and tipping and smiling.
Chat Dio in chat says that that Michael trying to check out the Queen was her favorite moment tonight. I would have to say that actually my favorite moment was when you took out the doll after you cast Fireball and had it just start singing. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing that Michael has done. Like, all of the other things make sense for Michael, but just Michael carrying around this talking, singing doll was just like the weirdest moment for me.
He is weird.
So, Grayson, what was your favorite Garen moment of tonight?
He really didn't do much today, but yeah, I guess being able to sneak up behind the rogue that nearly killed Felix and put him down in a turn and a half.
Oh, yeah, was that the first use of the new prosthetic
Properly used, yes.
in a combat situation? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Justin? What do you think your favorite Garen moment was of tonight?
Oh, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I really didn't do much this session.
I'll let you think about it.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Take your time. Steven, what was your favorite Garen moment?
Yeah, it has to be like using the blade properly for the first time, right?
Yeah, I'd
Only
agree
a
with that.
crit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Only a crit.
I also like though when he was like, well, I guess he's a Warforged, but he doesn't crap his pants. But when he was figuratively crapping his pants when the Genevans showed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little cogs came out.
Justin, you got something?
Yeah, I gotta say it's nice to see the blade finally being used.
Yeah. I think my favorite moment was actually the line that you said about him hurt that was my friend that you hurt. That line was delivered in a very Garen way, but you can at the same time tell that like you're like, no, I don't think so. You're not going to kill my friend. That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet. Justin, what was your favorite Felix moment tonight?
I don't know. That opening was pretty awesome, but it's not going to be something people agree with. I almost got to meet the Queen. That was
Nice.
the best.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that whole thing with the captain and the Zone of Truth, man, that had me sweating hard.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. What do you, Brad? What was your favorite what was your favorite Felix moment tonight?
Yeah, he had a couple. I mean, Michael had the good kind of side flair, but Felix had the best like in-game role playing. Both his Bloody Bandit and the Zone of Truth were both great.
Steven?
So I have two things. The first thing in game I thought was actually the stealing of the bars and not telling anybody. I thought that was pretty metal. And actually, before the game, some of you might not have noticed. basically Felix agreed that it was basically if people died, it was okay. Like I would have expected, like Steven the player and even Michael the character expected that Felix would have been a lot more lawful and gen-sided than he was, and the fact that he was quite willing just to deal with the fallout and not have a huge problem with it, that was special.
Yeah, I would have to say that my favorite moment was absolutely the use of suggestion, and that whole moment with the bandit, with the bloody bandit was fantastic, and I was like, I was blown away. Everything kind of worked together between the role playing and the roles. It was perfect.
I'd have to agree that it was the stealing of the bars actually, because that's little out of character for Felix, but at the same time, he
Man, you guys have not been paying close enough attention
I
to
was gonna say,
Felix.
I don't think that's out of character at all. I think that's right in character.
Also, the eyebrow was amazing for Felix.
Oh yeah. The gnome flies under the radar, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, people usually ignore them.
that.
All right, Brad. What was your favorite Caliph moment tonight? What was your favorite moment for you?
Oh, I would probably say the perfect role to keep Felix alive by one hit point.
Yeah. Steven, what do you think? What was the best Caliph moment for you?
I think the best Caliph moment was like the silent dagger to the lung, sneakily from the spellcaster that was still kind of we thought we were alive. It's like no, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So I was totally gonna stop you from killing him so we can interrogate him until the Genevan showed up, and then we have to lie our ass off. And I'm like, you're gonna find this guy alive, and he's gonna blow our old cover.
Grayson, what do you think?
Personally, actually, it was the fact that Callus just charged onto a just fireballed cart to go
Very Caliph.
very Callus to go charge right into the midst of an on fire cart to go hunt after this plate mail guy.
Justin, what about you? What was the best part for you?
Couple things. First off, taking those 2 stabs to the stomach and just being like, yeah, whatever. Because that had to have hurt.
It did. I was low. If I was second save, it'd have been tight.
And then the chat we had during the when we were camping.
Yeah, that was great. The little chat between Caliph and Felix.
Yeah,
Michael.
him and Michael.
Oh, okay.
Not even between me and him, but him and Michael.
Nice. My favorite Caliph moment, honestly, was him figuring out the bag of holding without like actually like, oh, this is a bag of holding, like really being like, I have no idea what this is. This is really weird. That was a fantastic moment to me. Just seeing you interact with the world around you from the perspective of Caliph, who doesn't really have much experience with magical things, and being like, this bag has no bottom, but it does have a bottom. I thought that was great. All right. Well, I'll ask all of you this. What was your favorite? What was your favorite DM moment, I guess? What was the favorite interaction tonight with some of the NPCs or descriptions?
Pulling out that extra bandits, whatever they were, the extra group out of your ass.
Yeah, I agree.
Did not expect that at all.
That dimension door was totally unexpected.
I will tell you that I do a lot of things by the seat of my pants, but that was not one of them. That was planned. So there are a few things where I plan a major bombshell, but that was one of them.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed that.
Yeah, it just went against what we were expecting, right? And that's what makes it great. Because we were just expecting to go there. First of all, we were expecting to go there and like fight dwarves, And then when Felix persuaded them with his bandit routine, we're like, okay, no more fighting. We just take this trailer and away we
Walk
go.
away.
Coming up with all these elaborate plans to deal with the dwarves, and they're all dead in one round.
I was like, as you guys were talking about it throughout the week and making your plans, I was just sitting back like, oh my god, this is fantastic role playing. I love all of this, and none of it's gonna matter at all. All those dwarves are gonna end up dead, no matter what they do.
I found it hilarious that as soon as Michael cast his first fireball, you didn't even roll for a dex check. They just died because they had so low health. You were so expecting them to die.
Oh yeah, they had 11 hit points, so even if they
My
succeeded at their roll, the dwarves were dead. That was it. They were going down. So yeah.
You set them up as such like shield dwarves. They're ready to take on the battle. And they died.
I honestly, my favorite moment tonight as a dungeon master was actually the Genevans showing up for me and watching the oh shit looks on everyone's faces when they showed up and you realized that it was the queen. That was the most fun moment for me, honestly. So, yeah.
Dio posted in the chat the look of horror that Mark got when Michael asked for Operation.
All right, guys. Well, thanks. I kind of thought it would be fun to do like a debriefing like that and just kind of encourage each other's role playing and kind of, encourage the creative aspect of everything. I think there are awesome moments. I try to make sure there are awesome moments for everyone every session, right? That everybody gets a chance to shine every session. Garen stayed in the shadows a lot because of the Genevans, but oh, you know what? Actually, one of my favorite Garen moments was actually him counting the gold and not understanding why that was a tit for tat moment. That was just Garen being Garen. I really enjoyed that, actually. But yeah, I think that I hope that you guys all feel like you have moments and that we all see them. So I thought that would be a fun exercise to kind of encourage us to keep role playing. But chat, let us know if you like seeing a little bit of a debriefing like that, if you like being involved in it, and if that's something you'd like to see more of. Anyway, thanks for watching tonight. It was a super fun stream. It was a super fun game. You guys found out some more information, right? And I honestly, part of the reason I'm cutting us out is because I want to know what Genevieve's reaction is going to be, because I'm assuming she went home. So,
oh yeah.
So I kind of want Dustin here for that moment.
I feel so sorry for him.
I do too. God damn it, Michael, somebody's gonna kill you. Somebody is gonna kill you. Hey, thanks for the follow. We just got a follow, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you for that. Awesome. Hey, we're gonna go raid the Nat 30s. If you want to join us in doing that, we're gonna go show them some love. So jump into the raid train, and we'll get that taken care of.
How do you jump into the raid?
I'm gonna hit a button. I'm gonna hit a button.
Okay.
And you're gonna see it pop up, and it's gonna start saying 8. We got 9, 10. 10 viewers, 11 viewers ready, 12 viewers ready to raid.
Do I have to click the leave button? Is that what I have to do?
No. Don't click the leave button. As soon as I raid, it's gonna pop over there if you're already in chat. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it. So we're gonna go raid. Did it pop you over?
Yes.
Yep.
It did.
Yeah. There you go. We are now watching the Nat 30s.